From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, welcoming you to a week of old-time radio detective podcast from 2013. Because these podcast episodes are quite old, offers and information contained in them are not valid unless they are reflected on our website at greatdetectives.net. Now enjoy a week of podcasts from our archives at the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives, and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Well, this is the last week of our listener support campaign. And I want to thank everyone who has already sent in their support. I want to thank Rosaline, Robert. Thank you so much for your support, and we will be sending along appropriate thank you gifts. At the $7 level, we will send access to our premium site. Which includes all the extras we do for apps and things like that, which is pretty convenient if you don't have a smartphone. And at the $20 level, in addition to that, we will send you a digital copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know, I'll Learn from Columbo. And we'll also send you an additional thank you gift. At the $20 level, we have several colonial radio theater dramas. And one of those I've had a couple requests for, I haven't mentioned on the show, specifically is Zorro and the Pirate Raiders. This is just a great story based on one of the original Zorro stories. And just a lot of excitement and adventure, really well done by Colonial Radio Theater. And it is available at the as a thank you at the $20 level. At the $250 level, we also have we will send you, if you're in the U.S., a complete set of A Nero Wolfe Mystery, great 2001-2002 series. All the options are available at all of the levels at support.greatdetectives.net. Now it's time for today's episode of The Adventures of Frank Race, The Adventure of the Undecided Bride.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Paul Dubov, with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. And now we join Frank Race for The Adventure of the Undecided Bride.
Welsh rarebit, as prepared by my favorite chef at the Waldorf, is a weaver of lovely dreams. At least it is for me. Having supped on that delicacy, I was sleeping peacefully, watching the gyrations of an oriental dancer conjured up to perform in my private dream world. Her dance and my dream were both interrupted by a peasant who has little taste for the finer things in life.
Hey, Ray!
Oh, Mark, what is that racket? What are you doing out in the kitchen?
What am I doing, the man wants to know? After poisoning me with that Welsh rabbit.
Look, ain't there any bicarbonate or soda in this joint? I'm dying.
Well, do it quietly. You just broke up the best floor show since Ziegfeld.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But at least I am going to open these windows and get me some air. I'm on fire.
It sounded like a shot, Mark.
Yeah, in the street. Come here, quick. Look, down past the street lamps, eh?
There were 3 of them in the otherwise deserted street. 2 of them were men sliding carefully along the wall of a building. And their objective, framed in white and huddled in a doorway, was a woman in a bridal gown with an automatic in her hand and terror written in her upturned face.
Hey, we better get down there fast, Ray. She's in trouble.
No time for that. I have a gun in the drawer here.
They're getting set to rush her.
We'll stop that right now.
I'm hit, Ray.
Hey, you winged him.
Get me to the car, quick.
They won't hang around now. We can go down and get the girl.
Yeah, she's pointing the gun this way. Duck, Ray, duck! Are you hit?
No. But I find the idea of an armed bride on the loose in Manhattan at 2 a.m. very interesting. Jump into some clothes and let's go. The street, when we reached it, was deserted. But it was a cinch that the bride had no car of her own on hand, and she'd hardly have accepted a lift from her pursuers. Her best bet would be to get off the street as soon as possible, and there were 2 logical choices. The subway or an all-night cafeteria 2 blocks farther up. I sent Mark to check the cafeteria, and I went under the marquee down to the subway platform. The station was empty at first glance, but then the mirror on a penny weighing scale caught my eye halfway down the platform. The girl in the bridal gown was hidden from me by a post. I could see part of the white dress reflected in the glass, and she saw me at the same moment.
That's close enough, whoever you are.
You took pot shots at me, baby. That wasn't nice. I was shooting at your playmates.
How do I know that?
I'll show you credentials if you'll give me a chance.
I'm not in the mood for giving chances.
You've got a gun and a reasonably good eye. I can't do you any damage with my hands up. Let's talk it over.
All right. Stand there. I'll come to you.
She came from behind the post, and in that white bridal gown, she could have made an organist play the wedding march in bebop. But the gun, still in her hand, made you wonder whether it was her ambition to be a bride or a widow.
I suppose you're going to tell me you aren't working for Brent or for Red.
The gentle playmates who were following you? No.
Why did you come after me?
Because I thought you were in trouble.
All right. Now that I'm safe, I'd like to be safe and alone.
Sorry, but I feel attached to you. I think I'll stick.
What's your interest?
I collect brides who seem to be without grooms and spend their wedding nights running around the streets having gun battles.
I could shoot you and leave you here.
You could, and you might. So I think I'd better take that gun.
Ow, my arm!
That's better. Here comes the train. We'll ride uptown a ways, just in case any of your followers are still in the neighborhood. And on the way, we can talk.
All right, you win. You have the gun. Now I have something else for you.
I had taken the gun from her at the brink of the platform with my back to the train. She shoved me off balance, and I went down on the rails. As the train moved into the station, I rolled and pinned myself tight onto the concrete ledge as the wheels came to a stop not 3 inches from my face. I knew better than to move. So I waited until the train pulled out. As it roared from the station into the dark of the tunnel, I stood up and looked after it. Framed in the rear window was the lovely white face of the roughest bride of the season. Hello, friend.
Holy cow, what happened to you?
I had a little experience in the subway.
Look, why don't you pay the dime fare? You're too tall to sneak under the turnstile.
Our lady in white tried to dress me in black permanently. She pushed me under a train, all of which mightn't have happened if you came back to the subway when you didn't find her here.
Yeah, so how could I figure you couldn't handle a dame? I needed a hamburger with some ketchup to drown out the taste of that Welsh rabbit.
I've got to find out who that girl is.
All right, so why don't you ask me?
How would you know?
I read the papers. A pretty kisser is on page 1 of the Sunrise edition. Here, look. See that? There it is. Society Girl Mrs. Wedding. And the guy is the Joe she was supposed to marry yesterday afternoon. Oh, his name is Brent. William Brent. And her name is Marnie Costa.
So she didn't marry a man named Brent, and one of the men chasing her was named Brent.
Yeah. Hey, then something else fits. He must have been the guy you winged.
That's right.
And he called a guy named Red to help him. Wait a minute. That must have been the best man. Here, Charles Red Wharton. He was an All-American in 46 football, Paul, see?
No, I don't see, Mark. But I'm going to. We'll have a busy day tomorrow paying calls. First, I checked with the police and found that the gun I had taken from Marnie Coster was not her own. It was registered to Brent, an odd gift from a bridegroom, particularly for a wedding that failed to come off. Among other things, I learned that Brent ran a lucrative importing business with Red Warden as junior partner. I dropped in to visit. I'd like to see Mr. Brent.
I'm sorry, but both Mr. Brent and Mr. Wharton are tied up.
Oh, that's too bad. My firm will be placing a couple of $1 million in orders this month. I thought they might want a piece of the business.
I'll see if one of them is free. What's your name?
Race. Frank Race.
Yes?
Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Brent, but there's Mr. Frank Race out here, and
Send him in. And ask Red to come in, too. He just went back to his office.
Yes, sir. You can go in, Mr. Race. Apparently, Mr. Brent has heard of your firm.
Yes. Apparently he has. William Brent sported a crew haircut that bristled all the way down to his eyebrows. He had about as much forehead as a Neanderthal man, but the signet ring he wore was Phi Beta Kappa. He had one arm in a sling, and the fingers of his free hand drubbed a tattoo on the desk in front of him.
How much, Race?
How much what?
Don't stall. You witnessed a rather embarrassing scene last night. I'll make it worth your while to forget it.
And you're willing in turn to forget that I put a bullet in your shoulder?
Yes.
How about $10,000?
10,000... All right. I'll send it to you later this afternoon at your apartment.
Ah, you know where I live?
Yes. Red checked the apartment after you fired on us last night.
Will the money be in cash?
Oh, of course. I'll send somebody for it right now.
Don't bother. I was only testing prices, not selling.
Come in, Red. You've been listening?
Yeah. I've been listening. Red Wharton had the face of a matinee idol, but the kind of hair you'd expect to find sticking out of a broken sofa. His body spelled athlete, and his eyes spelled trouble.
Brent made you an offer, Race. Take it or be sorry.
Brent parts with $10,000 very easily just to avoid a little embarrassment.
Haven't the papers done enough already? No wedding yesterday. I look like a fool, and people don't do business with fools. All because of a lover's quarrel.
A lover's quarrel with bullets.
Marnie had a gun. We weren't armed. She has a violent temper.
Any idea where she got the gun?
Why, how would we know?
You should know, Brent. It's registered with the police in your name.
All right, Race. I've got a gun that isn't registered with anybody. You made enough trouble in something that doesn't concern you. Now get lost.
Haven't you noticed how casually I wear my clothes with one hand in my coat pocket? You don't think I walked in here like a setup, do you?
All right, Red, stop this nonsense.
All right.
Race, you can go to the police if you want to. I don't care what you do, just so long as you get out of here.
Thank you. And excuse me if I back out. On the way out of Brent's office, I made a fast dinner date with his secretary. I figured she might keep it to herself and, with the help of candlelight and wine, give me a rundown on what cooks in the importing business as conducted by Brent and Red Wharton. My next stop was the county courthouse, where I took a peek at a dead man's will, just for kicks. It was the will of Rupert J. Coster, father of the gun-toting bride, Marnie.
That's what you want, Mr. Race?
Yes, very definitely. Costa left his entire fortune to his daughter to be held in trust until her 25th birthday.
See.
But if she marries before her 25th birthday, control of the money passes to her husband. Nice spot for a fortune hunter.
Well, I guess the old boy wanted to make sure she didn't marry too young.
And she hasn't, not yet. I'm going to check the birth records. I've got an idea that Marnie Costa is still a bit short of her 25th birthday.
That's possible.
Here, Pop.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Race.
So long. I left the Hall of Records and went down the steps into the street. I turned toward a cab stand, but I was jostled the other way.
Going my way?
At first glance, he looked and sounded like a kid on his way to the junior prom. But there was a blue beard line that said he'd been shaving for a long time. His pork pie hat and bow tie was something to smile at if you weren't familiar with the glint in his eye. It came from smoking a brand you can't get at the corner cigar store. The schoolboy face belonged to a professional killer.
Thought you were told to mind your own business. Now walk over to that parking lot.
And if I don't?
I'll give it to you right here. I don't play games.
No, your type doesn't. I'll walk. He was going to handle like a crate of nitroglycerin. I intended to make my play as we reached his car, but as we went behind a billboard, he played first.
Now, this ought to be real good fun.
I came out of my fog slowly through the sickly sweet smell of a chloroform haze and into the head-piercing sharpness of smelling salts.
Come on, Reese. Come on, will you, kid? Come on, take one more whip.
Oh, somebody slugged me, then I was chloroformed. But how did I get home here?
That's something I don't know. But I do know this. You got to snap out of it and fast. He was lying here when I come in with his gun in your hand. It's been fired, Race. And that cookie sitting in your favorite chair is very, very dead.
I looked at the chair by the fireplace, and staring back at me with a bullet through his head was William Brent, the importer who never got to be a bridegroom.
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
Emily Post might think it objectionable to walk out on a guest, even an uninvited one. But since Brent occupied my favorite chair and was also dead, I passed up his company in favor of that dinner date with his secretary. A jittery Mark Donovan drove me through traffic to the point of rendezvous.
Look, Grace, if you don't call the cops about that stiff, they are going to tie a can to your tail, but good.
And if I do report it, before I know who did the killing, I'm not going to get a chance to untie the can. I woke up in my own apartment with a gun in my hand and a corpse. I'll need more than ad-libs to explain it.
Yeah. Look, how about that character with a pork pie hat that you told me about? You ought to be trying to tag him.
I want you to do that.
Oh, great, great. I chase a weed smoker whose idea of romance is to strangle somebody. But you got it tough. You have dinner with a doll.
She's a very plain girl, really, Mark.
Who you kidding? You wouldn't date a plain Jane to solve who killed Cock Robin. All right. How do I start finding a guy?
I described him to you. He's probably a hood brought in from someplace to do this job on Brent. If he is, he's been paid off by now. A lad like that might make a loud and expensive tour of the night spots. Drift between the Halo Club and the Siamese Angel. He'll hit one of them sooner or later.
Okay. Here's your stop, the Vendome.
Drive past it to the florist. I'll pick up a corsage for the lady.
Yeah. Maybe I ought to get one, too, huh? For my blind date. A bouquet of poison ivy.
What's your name, honey?
It's Margie. I hope you don't think I make a habit of dating just anybody who comes into the office.
I'm certain you don't. And happy that you made an exception in my case. I've been wondering how much of an impression I made on your boss, Brent.
I really don't know. He left the office right after you did, and he didn't come back.
How about Red Wharton?
He left, too. He had a dinner date with Marnie Coster.
Red had a dinner date with the girl Brent was supposed to marry? The one who ran out on him?
Sure. The three of them were fighting all the time, but they always made up. I guess Mr. Wharton will calm her down, and she'll marry Mr. Brent after all.
I'll bet against that.
Huh?
Nothing. Did you mention having a date with me?
Of course not. Think I want to lose my job?
Look, baby, here's $20. That'll pay for a nice dinner. I have to make a phone call.
But aren't you coming back?
I may, baby. I may. I headed for the phone booths near the hat check room, then changed my course and headed along the sidewall to the door to the kitchen. 2 plainclothes men from homicide had come in from the street, and that meant they'd been tipped off and discovered Brent's body. I made my way through the kitchen, always open for guest inspection, and out a little side door into an alley. I had more company, though. The lad with the pork pie hat.
You ought to hold still, friend. You squirm around too much and make things tough.
You can't pull anything on me this time. I'm your patsy for a murder rap. And if you drop me, you have no patsy.
Besides which, if you drop him, I drop you.
Mark, good boy. All right, friend. You can let go of that gun.
Chump. Look, I drive 1 block after I leave you here, see? Then I see this guy in that hat walking down the street. When he turns into the alley, I decide to come back, see what his pitch is.
Who are you?
They call me Spudsy, that's all.
Who paid you to kill Brent?
That was your job, wasn't it, pal?
Mark, take this gun. Look, Spudsy, I don't like this, but I haven't got much time. Who paid you, or do I beat it out of you? Come on!
All right, let go of me, you. Look out. All right!
I hit him, and he went back into some rubbish and came up with an empty bottle. He broke it as I closed in on him and jabbed the jagged end at my face. I stepped aside and caught him flush on the jaw.
Whoa! Bingo! Well, that boy ain't gonna appear on Information Please anymore tonight.
No, maybe the police can get it out of him. You find a couple of boys from homicide out front. Have them take him in on suspicion. I'm going to go over this fence and pay a call on Marnie Coster.
Yes, sir?
I want to see Miss Coster.
But she left on her honeymoon.
Honeymoon? What are you giving me?
I don't understand, sir.
The wedding didn't come off, and you know it. You work for her. And she couldn't have changed her mind today because Brent is dead.
Mr. Brent is dead?
That's right, old girl. Now, where's the bride?
Well, she's on her honeymoon. She married Mr. Wharton in Connecticut this afternoon, and then came back to pack.
She married Wharton? Red Wharton?
Yes, sir. And they left in his car not an hour ago.
A spare groom is a handy thing to have when a girl's first choice turns up dead. But suitable honeymoon accommodations are not made on short notice. Since Red Wharton had taken over the bride, there was also a chance he'd taken over the accommodations. Mark picked me up, and we broke into the Brent Wharton Importing Company office to search for a clue.
I just don't know what you expect to find, Race.
Just a scrap of paper, maybe the name of a hotel, some resort, steamship reservation, anything.
Hey, wait a minute. What? Don't secretaries take care of that kind of stuff?
Marcus, you're right. You keep looking here. I'll check Margie's calendar notes.
Okay. Huh? Who's Margie?
Brent's secretary, my dinner date. May Heaven and Emily Post forgive me. Come here, Mark. I've got it.
Hey, Craig, right with you. Yeah, good. What'd you find?
The Hotel Amarada in Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls? Now, who would ever think of going there on a honeymoon?
Well, apparently Brent did. Now, let's hope that Wharton followed suit.
Hey, wait a minute. Somebody's coming.
Night watchman, probably. There's a skylight shaft outside that small window. We can hide there till he goes through. Come on, I'll boost you.
Right. All the comforts of home. Hey, there's a ledge in here we can sit on. Come on. Come on, pull up. It is this light. Duck.
The window's stained glass. He can't see us.
Hey, what's this thing? Bunch of cans stacked up here. It's a funny
Wait a
place.
minute. Watchman's gone. Strike a match.
Yeah, sure, but why?
Let's see what you found. Hold it while I open this.
Yeah. Hey, that looks like flour.
It isn't flour, Mark. It's dope. There's enough here to ruin 1,000 lives and make somebody rich. Now I know why Brent was killed. Come on.
Well, what do you know? At last I get to see Niagara Falls. And who am I with? You.
Never mind the mooning. The clerk said they were out for a walk. Keep your eyes peeled.
Hey, it's a guy and a dame leaning against a fence up ahead, and the guy has red hair.
That's them.
Race, there's something wrong with that girl. Look.
She's trying to jump. Hurry, Mark. Hold her, Wharton!
Let me go, Red! Go!
Hey, he's only got her by one hand.
All right, Wharton, hold on. I'll get her!
Oh, let me go! Oh,
All right. Lift her back over the rail. There. All right. Now, just put her down. Sorry I had to hit her, Wharton. It was the only way.
I'd have done it myself, but you went over the rail too fast. I just had time to grab her arm.
You know what's wrong with her, don't you?
Yeah. Narcotics. She's been trying to quit. Thought she could stay away from him, but it almost drove her mad.
You're going to have to turn her in. You know why she killed Brent?
Killed Brent?
Yes, killed Brent. Oh, don't play, Wharton. Somebody paid a character named Spudsy to kill him and plant the body in my apartment. It adds up to you or her. Which is it?
Wait a minute. You're not going to frame up a murder charge against her, Race.
She had a gun the night we met, and she was using it.
Brent was forcing her to marry him. She started taking dope. He got her into it. Then he started to cut down his supply and squeeze her until she was desperate. Figured he could get her money that way and become the biggest operator in the country.
But all of a sudden, Brent turned up dead and she married you.
Brent knew she loved me. When I found out about his traffic and what he was doing to her, I was going to turn him in. He said the scandal had ruined her, so I didn't. I just took her away and brought her up here.
I'm sorry. I can see it now. But there is a dead man, and somebody has to pay off on him.
I'm not paying off, Race.
Honey, how are you?
Stay back, Red. I'm all right now. I've been listening.
It's all right, baby. Don't say anything. I killed Brent. You're just going to the hospital.
All right, I'll go to the hospital. We'll go across the border and you'll stay with me. You didn't kill Brent, neither did I. Now, help me up and we'll leave Mr. Race.
Red, I'm beginning to see a light. Give me the right answer to one question, and if it is right, I'll let you take it to a hospital free and clear.
What do you want to know?
Did you really kill Brent?
Tell him, darling. Because I didn't.
No, Race, I didn't.
I think I can clear it up. It's back to New York for us, Mark. I overlooked something.
Well, hello, Mr. Race.
Hello, Margie.
Fine date you turned out to be.
I'll make it up to you, Margie. Just give me a little help, and I have a big surprise for you.
Well, sure.
Mind if I borrow this chair?
Sure, help yourself.
I want to take a look into that air shaft window. Thanks. Nothing out on the ledge, Mark.
But it was there last night, Race.
Yes. And Spudsy was in jail last night, too. But somebody came up with a fat bunch of bail this morning, didn't they, Margie?
What do you mean?
I mean that Spudsy is your boyfriend, because he tipped the police off about Brent's body and told them they could pick me up at the Vendome. Then he showed up there, too, and you were the only one who knew I'd be there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. And I've got an idea that isn't business correspondence in that typewriter. May I have it?
No!
There, come on now.
Let's go, baby.
Okay, Race, I get the paper.
Good, now I'll take it.
I thought you would, because that's the list of places you've arranged to get rid of the drugs through, isn't it?
You're a smart guy. But this time I ain't waiting to cool you. It's here and now with the same gun that killed Brent.
You take me first, baby.
Look out! You all right, Mark?
Chum, I am not only all right, but I will lay you odds that he stays out 30 seconds longer than he did when you hit him.
Good. Now let's drop these kids off at police headquarters and take this list down to narcotics squad. I imagine the stuff is in your apartment or Spudsy's, isn't it, Margie?
Find it.
Don't worry, baby, we will. Too bad Brent suspected you of dipping into his supply and setting up shop on your own with Spudsy.
Such a pretty girl, too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Race, tell me something. Huh?
I should be delighted, Marcus.
Look, true now, true.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kiss this girl when you went out with her?
Of course not, Mark.
And, you didn't kiss the other one either? The bride?
No.
That's a shame. Yeah. You know, it's getting so there ain't no romance in this business anymore.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Paul Dubov with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Lorene Tuttle, Jackie Shields, Peter Leeds, Bert Holland, and Don McKee. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. Well, I like this episode. As we get to see Mark Donovan make a few astonishing saves here. And I definitely think this series has a case for being renamed The Adventures of Mark Donovan Saving Frank Race's Life. But this really does, this episode, perhaps more than any other, kind of cast Race as a knight errant. Obviously, there's no insurance contract, no reason for him to get involved, other than he senses something wrong that must be righted. So, perhaps one of the strongest episodes, perhaps of any detective, putting them solidly in that modern knight type reputation. We turn now to listener comments, and Robert offers this with his donation. Adam, thank you for all your hard work. Look forward to listening every day. Take care, Bob. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate your support. And that'll do it for today. Remember, listener support campaign runs through Saturday, and you can send it via PayPal at support.greatdetectives.net. Or if you would prefer to mail a donation, drop me a line at box 13 at greatdetectives.net. Be happy to provide a mailing address. Also, Wells Fargo or Bank of America customers can use the send and receive service to send me a donation using the email box 13 at greatdetectives.net. We'll be back tomorrow with the last episode of A Life in Your Hands. Coming next Tuesday is The Cases of Mr. Ace. We'll be back next Monday with another episode of Frank Race. Well, our listener support campaign continues, and I want to thank Les and Margaret for their support. Thank you so much, and for all donations of $7 or more, we'll send access to our premium site. For all donations of $20 or more during the listener support campaign, I will send a free digital copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo, plus one other thank you gift. Some examples, at the $50 level, there's a autographed copy of my paperback book, Tales of the Dim Night. For those in the U.S. and Canada, at the $100 level, we have an audiobook version of the same. I should mention at the $20 level, for fans of Earl Stanley Gardner, we have Perry Mason mystery as performed by the Colonial Radio Theater on the Air. They just do a great job on these Perry Mason programs. More information is available on all the options at support.greatdetectives.net. Now it's time to get into the final episode of A Life in Your Hands. From August 28th, 1952, here now is Alderman Murdered.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Earl Stanley Gardner's A Life in Your Hands.
Was he dead when you found him?
Did he scream? Did you hear the shot?
Listen while we place A Life in Your Hands. You never know when you step from the safety of your home when you may witness a violent death and be called upon to testify as to what you saw and heard. Murder is a dark enigma that strikes fear into the heart of man. Strange, baffling, mysterious. But the darkest crime one man can invent, another man can unravel. Such a man is Jonathan Kegg, created by Earl Stanley Gardner, the world's most popular writer of mysteries, creator of Perry Mason, Doug Selby, and other outstanding characters. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jonathan Kegg.
Good evening. One day you might be the person who happened to be near the scene of a crime. On what you remember may depend the life of a fellow man. You never know when a crime is going to be committed. For even now, somewhere in the city, there may be a crime in the making.
You look like you had something on your mind, Sid. Some of the boys been bothering you. Your books?
The operation's running smooth as silk. Petey, is a small personal matter of $15,000. Remember?
Aren't you operating all through the ward?
What are you squawking about?
Yeah, and I'm paying off every week to make sure I do.
Well, then...
That 15 G's was a personal matter.
Of course it was personal. But I can't pay you back now. I'm in a spot.
So am I, Petey.
I'll take care of it. After the election, Sid.
I need it now.
I tell you, I haven't got it. You can't get blood from a turnip.
You aren't a turnip, Petey.
Listen, don't you threaten me. You want every handbook you're running in this town closed up?
That's loud talk, Petey. Things can happen to people who talk too loud. I get out here. Be at your house tonight at 9. Money.
Get out of this car.
Petey, don't go getting brave. Might not be healthy.
Miss Wells, get me John Maxwell at his office. John, let me have it in John? This is Petey Grant. Fine, fine. And yourself? John, you know that little paving job you were interested in? That's right. Now, John, I'm in a bit of a hole. I wonder if you could arrange for an advance. No, I can't fix it sooner. No dice, huh? Okay, John. Goodbye. Yes, Miss Wells?
So, John wouldn't go for it. That's tough.
What do you mean, listening to my phone calls?
Take it easy, Petey.
How many times have I told you not to call me Petey around the office?
There's nobody here but us chickens.
What is it?
I need some money, Petykins.
I told you the last time that you're never going to get another penny out of me.
Now, Petykins, remember your blood pressure.
Not a red cent.
I could have a very interesting conversation with...
With Hazel? She wouldn't believe you.
I could be very convincing.
You're nothing but a dirty little blackmailer.
I want $5,000.
I haven't got $5,000, Karen.
Then get it, and fast.
So you'd talk to Hazel, would you? Well, go ahead.
Suppose I tell the opposition.
Just more campaign mud.
I mean about some of your phone conversations, about paving contracts.
Who would believe you?
They'd believe tape recordings of the conversations, Petey.
You mean...
Yes, Petey. I spent $100 for a tape recorder, kept it in the outer office. I've got some beauty.
You wouldn't do it. It would ruin me.
I don't want to ruin you. All I want is $5,000.
But, Karen, I haven't got $5,000.
Get it.
After the election.
I want it now. Borrow it from your friend Donovan.
He's pressing me for the money that I've borrowed to pay you up to now.
Off your house. I don't care how you get it, but get it.
Get out of here, Karen.
If you think I won't talk...
I said get out. Other smart girls have had accidents before this.
You can't scare me.
Then you're not as smart as I thought you were. Get out.
Now, wait a second.
Get out. I've still got friends in this town. You take my advice and be out of town by midnight.
I'm leaving, Petey. But no matter what happens to you from now on, remember, you asked for it.
Is that you, Petey?
It's me, Hazel. Where are you?
In the kitchen, dear. Supper won't be ready for half an hour yet.
All right.
Would you like a cup of coffee, dear? You look tired. You feeling all right, Petey?
I'm all right. Tired. Had a tough day.
I'll fix you some coffee.
Fix me a drink, will you?
Of course. What was it? Hard taste or politics?
What is it ever in this year?
I really don't see why you don't quit. Got a good law, Frankie.
It's only because I'm an alderman. Know the right people.
You're a fine lawyer, and you know it. Here's your drink.
I'm a lousy lawyer. If I'm not reelected, I might as well blow my brains out.
Don't talk like that.
Hazel, how much do you think we get mortgaged the house for?
Mortgage the house?
I figure we can get about $8,000. I could borrow about $9,000 on my life insurance.
What do you want with all that money?
I've got to have it, that's all.
Tell me the truth, Peter Grant.
You asked for it? So I'll tell you the truth.
You don't have to use that tone of voice.
You wanted the truth. Now you're going to get it. I've been blackmailed.
Blackmailed?
By Karen Wells.
How could Miss Wells blackmail you?
How does a man's secretary ever have a hold over the boss?
Did you do something illegal?
Yes, Hazel. Yes, I did something illegal. But I had to pay Karen so she wouldn't talk.
Is she going to talk to the attorney?
No, Hazel, not to the DA. To you.
But why should she talk? Oh.
Do you understand?
Yes. I understand. Sorry you gave her the money. How much did you give her?
$20,000.
$20,000. We didn't have that much.
That's why I had to borrow $15,000 from Sid Bondon.
You borrowed $15,000 from Mr. Bondon? Petey, why didn't you just tell me about that woman?
I was afraid.
You're not going to pay her any more money, are you?
Not a penny, Hazel, not a penny.
Well, then why are you talking about mortgaging the house and borrowing on your insurance?
It's Sid Bondon. He's pressing me for the $15,000.
But if you do that, it'll take everything we've got.
Sid will kill me if I don't. It's only till after I'm reelected, and then I can pay it off in 6 months.
What if you aren't reelected?
Don't worry, honey. Don't worry. I'll borrow on the house and the insurance. I'll get reelected. And I'll pay it off right away.
But if something should go wrong, we'd be destitute, Peter.
Nothing's going to happen, Hazel. Fix me another drink, will you?
Of course.
Who the heck could that be? I'll get it.
Hi, Petey. Can I come in?
Sure, Tony. Sure. Glad to see you. Have your hat and coat.
Thanks.
Want a drink?
No, thanks. Not right now.
Who is it, dear?
It's Tony Astio, honey. We'll be in the living room. Come in and sit down, Tony.
How have you been, Petey? Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, pretty good, Tony. Pretty good. You and the boys?
Couldn't be better. Yeah, nice little house you got here, Petey.
Yeah, the missus and I like it. Looks like you got something on your mind, Tony. What is it?
You're smart, Petey. Plenty smart. That's what the boys and me like about you.
It's my job to be smart, Tony. What is it?
Nothing much. Just wanted to have a chat with you.
Yeah. I know how often you guys drop in for a chat. Let's have it, Tony.
See what I mean? You're smart. They tell me you're going to run again this year.
That's right.
I wouldn't.
What?
I said I wouldn't try to get reelected if I was.
But that's crazy. I've got to have the job.
Some of the boys ain't going to like it. They said I should tell you.
I tell you, Tony, if I don't, I'll be killed.
Might happen, if you try.
What do you mean?
One of the boys wants the job. You might get more votes.
Now, wait a minute, Tony. I've always played ball with the boys. I still will.
No dice, Petey.
You can't move in on the government.
Credit.
But, Tony...
No buts, pal. We're running Charlie Mello on the regular ticket. You get out. We'll take care of you and the lawyer, right?
But, Tony, I can't.
Maybe you didn't understand me, Petey. I said you get out. If you don't...
The boys? I need the money. I'll play ball. I've got to run.
Is that it, Petey?
That's it.
Boys won't like it, Petey.
Petey, you haven't eaten a bite of this supper.
No, don't bother me, Hazel.
Get it off your mind, Petey. You'll feel better.
Tony Astio says I can't run again. The boys are going to run their own man.
The boys?
That's right. The boys, the gang.
But that's silly, Petey. You can get more votes than any hoodlum.
There's one vote they can cast that I can't beat. It's made of lead. You got it. They'd kill me.
What did you tell Mr. Astio?
I told him I was going to run again.
But wasn't that dangerous?
Of course it was dangerous. But if I'm not running, I can't mortgage the house or get credit on my insurance. And that means I can't pay off Sid Bondon. And if I don't pay him, it's twice as dangerous. Gamblers don't like welchers.
What about that girl?
Don't worry about her. I had a friend of mine in the police department run her out of town this afternoon.
Thank goodness.
Now, here's the only way to figure it, Hazel. Sid Bondon gave me till 9 tonight to pay up. It's 9:30 now, and nothing has happened. So probably nothing will happen until tomorrow.
And then?
The first thing in the morning, I'll go downtown and mortgage the house and borrow on my insurance. I'll pay them more.
But they won't give you the money if they know you're not running again.
After I've got the money, then I'll announce my withdrawal from the race. Yehuda.
You sit still, dear. I'll get it.
You fix the coffee. I'll see who it is. Whoever it is, I'll get rid of him in a minute. It's probably Sid for his money. I can stall him off till tomorrow if I promise the dough. You?
Yes, me, Peterkins. Thought you were smart burning my tape recordings and getting your tame copper to run me out of town.
I told you not to mess with me, Karen.
Wouldn't your wife like to hear what I have to say?
Get out. I'm letting you get out of town with your health. You bother me once more.
I'm leaving, Buddy. Don't worry about my health. Worry about your own.
Was that the woman, Petey?
Were you listening?
I was worried. I followed you.
That girl tried to blackmail me too often. Just once too often.
But she did have something over your head.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. I do love you.
And I love you, too. More coffee?
Oh, you're wonderful, Hazel. Yeah, thanks. I will have another cup of coffee.
When is it? It's almost 10.
Don't answer it. You can't be sure.
Go into the front room. If someone's case, you'll be able to tell. Then you can come back.
Talk up good and loud.
I will. Why, Mrs. Billings from next door.
Excuse me, Mrs. Graham, but I saw lights on and I figured you were still up. I wondered if I could borrow a glass of milk. I haven't much left, and the children...
Why, of course, Mrs. Billings. We have plenty. Why don't you take a whole quart?
Well, now, that's awful kind of you. If you're sure it won't run you short.
Not a bit, not a bit.
Good evening, Mrs. Billings.
Why, good evening, Mr. Grant.
Petey, would you pour Mrs. Billings a glass of milk, please? I want to go upstairs for a minute.
Sure, glad to.
I'll be back in a minute.
You sure one glass is going to be enough, Mrs. Billings?
Oh, plenty, Mr. Grant.
Are you sure you don't want a quart?
Well, if you can spare it.
Why, of course we can. Here.
Well, now, that's right neighborly of you, Mr. Grant. I'll return it tomorrow.
No hurry at all, Mrs. Billings.
Well, thank you very much. I'll be running along now.
Let me get the door for you.
Oh, thank you. Nice folks, the Grant. Hope I don't forget to return this milk. Never did return the sugar I borrowed last week. Oh, well, he can afford it. Good heavens!
Help! My husband's been killed!
Sit down, Mr. Kegg.
Thank you.
Now, what is this all about? I don't see any reason for an amicus curiae in this case. The presentations have been quite fair.
Well, first, sir, I appreciate your seeing me in your chambers. Now, a lot of this case has been tried in the papers. The whole city is worked up about it.
I can understand people getting worked up when a public official is murdered.
They should. But sometimes they want a scapegoat.
Possibly. But you'll have to give me a more tangible reason than that before I can permit you to serve as amicus curiae.
Well, as matters stand now, Karen Wells is almost certain to be convicted. She was found loitering nearby. True, the gun was found on the back porch. But how many women know enough to file the numbers off a gun? How many would choose a weapon as large as a .45? Or could hit the broadside of a barn with one from outside the kitchen? The thing I'm getting at, Your Honor, is that no connection between the Wells woman and the murder weapon has been established.
You think she's innocent?
I believe further cross-examination is indicated.
There's not much to go on. Still, it is a point that hasn't been stressed.
A human life is at stake, Your Honor.
All right. I'll go along with you. All we want to do is get the truth. The court will permit the entry into this case of the well-known attorney, Mr. Jonathan Kegg, as amicus curiae. Mr. Kegg serves neither the prosecution nor the defense, but only the court, in an attempt to arrive at the truth. You may proceed, Mr. Kegg.
Thank you, Your Honor. Call Mr. Sidney Bondon to the stand. How much did Peter Grant owe you?
$15,000.
You had his note?
I gave it to him on his word.
Do you usually lend people that much money on an unbacked word?
Quite often.
I believe you are a gambler, Mr. Bondon.
I have various interests.
As a businessman, you must know that you can't collect a debt when there is no document to show.
I usually collect what's owed me.
How?
I ask for
I see. And you had asked Grant for his $15,000?
For my $15,000.
Of course. When did you ask him? The morning of the day he died?
I believe it was that day.
According to previous testimony by Mrs. Grant, you gave him till 9 o'clock that evening to pay up.
That's right.
Did he pay you before he died?
He did not.
He died around 10. Tell me, Mr. Bondon, what would you have done if he had refused to pay you?
I suppose I'd have asked him again.
Then why the time limit of 9 that night?
Oh, you know how it is. Makes people put out an extra effort to get the money. Scares them a bit.
What are they scared of?
Just scared.
Isn't it true that occasionally unpleasant things happen to people who don't pay their debts to gamblers?
What are you getting at?
Is it true or not?
Oh, I've heard of things like that, but...
You have heard of people being hurt who didn't pay their debts to gamblers?
Well, sure, but
That's
see...
all, Mr. Bondon. You may step down.
Oh, now, you can't insinuate
You
that
may
I would...
step down. Call Mr. Tony Astio. Mr. Astio, what do you do for a living?
I'm a businessman.
Any interest in politics?
Not personally.
How do your closest friends earn their living?
They're businessmen, too.
Mrs. Grant, in her earlier testimony, said her late husband referred to you and your friends as gangsters.
He was nuts. He was just scared of his shadow.
You visited him the night he was killed?
Yeah. So what?
The witness will confine himself to answering questions.
Did you advise him not to run for re-election as alderman?
I might have.
Just how did you try to persuade him not to run?
I didn't try to persuade him. I just explained that a friend of mine wanted to try for the job, and that if he ran, he couldn't expect the help of me and my associates.
Did he agree not to run?
No, he said he was going after the job again.
Did you threaten him if he ran?
Threaten him? Why wouldn't hurt a fly?
That's all, Mr. Astio. You may step down. I would like to call the victim's wife, Mrs. Hazel Grant. Mrs. Grant, can you tell us exactly what happened the night your husband was killed?
I've already... What is it you want to know?
Everything you remember of what occurred.
Well, Petey came home for supper around 6. He was very tired and depressed. Wanted to drink. I asked what was wrong, and he told me about the Wells woman.
What did he say about it?
He said she'd been blackmailing him. He was going to have her run out of town.
What else did he tell you?
He said he'd have to pay Mr. Bondon $15,000 he owed him, or Mr. Bondon would kill him.
He was afraid of Mr. Bondon?
Yes, sir.
What did he propose to do about this debt?
Well, he talked about mortgaging his insurance in our home.
And what else happened?
Then Mr. Astio came to the house and told him he couldn't run again. I said that was silly and that he could win easily. And he said they had one vote that he couldn't beat because it was made of lead.
Did that seem to frighten him?
Yes, it did. He felt that he couldn't get loans unless he was going to be elected, so he planned to borrow the money on the house and the insurance first thing in the morning when everyone thought he'd be reelected, and then withdraw from the race that afternoon. That way he could pay Mr. Bondon and still not get hurt by Mr. Astio and his friends.
I see. Did anything else happen that evening?
Yes, that Wells woman came to the house. She was furious because Petey wouldn't give her any more money, and when Petey ordered her out, she threatened his life.
Had you any other visitors before your husband died?
No, sir, that was all. Oh.
Oh? Did you remember something, Mrs. Grant?
Well, I don't think it's important, but if you want everything...
I do.
Well, a neighbor, Mrs. Billings, stopped by to borrow a glass of milk.
Was this before or after your other callers?
It was after. Only a few minutes before Petey...
I understand, Mrs. Grant. You may step down. That'll be all.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I should like a subpoena issued for an entirely innocent bystander, a person who just happened to be nearby when this crime was committed.
I will call anyone you wish, Mr. Kegg, and that person must testify to what he or she has seen and heard.
Jonathan Kegg is about to call as a witness a person whose only connection with this crime is that person happened to be near the scene when the crime was committed. Suppose you were that person. Could you remember exactly what you have heard and testify to it under oath? It would be important that you remember, for you would hold a life in your hands. The Labor Day weekend lies just ahead, the long weekend that will find millions of America's motorists, picnickers, and sportsmen taking to the woods. More and more people outdoors spells more chance for forest fires caused by carelessness. Learn and follow these 4 simple rules of forest fire prevention. Crush out cigarette, cigar, and pipe ashes. Break matches in 2 after using. Drown all campfires, then stir and drown again. Find out the law before using fire. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Mrs. Joshua Billings, the Grant's neighbor, has been called to the stand. She has been sworn as a witness and is ready to testify as Jonathan Kegg says.
Mrs. Billings, on the night Mr. Grant was killed, you called to borrow some milk?
Yes, sir, I did.
How long were you there?
Oh, a couple of minutes.
Was anyone besides the Grants in the house when you arrived?
No, sir.
Did you enter by the front door?
No, sir, I came through the kitchen.
That's the room in which Mr. Grant was killed?
That's the way I heard it.
I see. Who let you in, Mr. or Mrs. Grant?
Wait a minute. It was Mrs. Grant.
Then you didn't actually see Mr. Grant.
Oh, I certainly did. He came into the room a minute or so later.
And then Mrs. Grant gave you the milk and you left?
That's right. No, wait a minute. Mr. Grant gave me the milk. The missus had to go upstairs for something.
And you left as soon as you got the milk?
Correct.
You saw no one else about?
Not a soul.
What happened after you left?
I went home. I was just going in when I heard the shot and the scream.
What did you do then?
Oh, I kept right on going and locked the door. I have 4 children.
In all that time, you saw no one?
Not a soul.
Just exactly what did you hear, Mrs. Billings?
That's what I told you. I heard a shot.
The shot was fired from the back porch through the window. The window was shattered. Did you hear the glass breaking?
Oh, sure.
Then you heard 2 sounds.
That's right.
You heard the glass breaking, then a shot. And nothing more?
Oh, yes. There was something else.
Yes.
Somebody screamed.
Then there were 3 sounds. The breaking glass, the shot, and the scream.
Very definitely.
By your testimony, Mrs. Billings, we judge that the murderer broke the window, shot Mr. Grant through the hole, and then someone screamed as a reaction to the shot.
No, sir, that isn't the way it was. The shot was first.
And you distinctly heard the glass break?
Yes. It was really a separate sound.
And it followed the shot?
Yes. First there was the shot, then the glass breaking, and then I heard somebody scream.
Would you say that these sounds overlapped each other?
Why, definitely not.
Thank you, Mrs. Billings. That'll be all. I should like to recall Mrs. Hazel Grant.
Really, Mr. Kegg, I don't see where this is getting us.
If the court please, we've almost finished this case. I assure Your Honor I shall be done in 5 minutes.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Be seated, Mrs. Grant. I have only a few more questions to ask. Your husband believed he would be killed if he ran against the wishes of Mr. Astio's friends?
That's what he told me.
He also believed Mr. Bonnet would kill him if he didn't repay the $15,000 he'd borrowed.
Yes.
You were with him in the kitchen when he was shot?
Yes. His back was toward the window she shot.
Now, as I understand it, he planned to mortgage the house and borrow on his insurance to pay off Bondon.
That's right.
The only chance he had to get that money back was if he should be reelected.
Yes.
And Astio wouldn't let that happen. It seems that if Peter Grant had done what he planned, you and he would have been in bad financial straits.
We would have been destitute.
Are you destitute now, Mrs. Grant?
No. I've got the house and some insurance.
Yes, now, your husband had been playing around with another woman. She was blackmailing him. And it was only through your husband's death that you saved your home and his insurance policy.
Yes?
Mrs. Grant, why didn't you testify that you had left the kitchen just before your husband was killed?
That's ridiculous. I never...
But Mrs. Billings testified that you did. And when you left the kitchen, leaving your husband and Mrs. Billings alone, you got his gun, didn't you? A gun that he kept because it could never be traced to him.
That's not true.
I really can't permit this, Mr. Kegg.
Your Honor, look at the facts. If Bondon should kill Grant, his $15,000 was gone forever. Astio has admitted his candidate has withdrawn from the race. They both lost by the killing. As for the defendant, Karen Wells, she knew she would be picked up and at least booked for blackmail. The only person with a lot to gain, a house and insurance, was Hazel Grant.
That's a fine theory. Can it be proved?
If the court please, the testimony of our innocent bystander, Mrs. Billings, proves it. She heard the window glass crash a second or two after she heard the shot. If the killer had stood outside and broken the window before firing, she would have heard it first. If he had fired through the window, it would have been close to simultaneous. But with a second or two between the shot and the glass crash, the shot could only have come from inside the kitchen. And only the Grants were there, by Mrs. Grant's own testimony.
Then the gun must have been thrown out through the window.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Kegg, that was a most thrilling case. And what satisfaction you must get from saving an innocent person who is wrongfully accused.
There would be fewer of them, Mr. Stone, if all citizens responded to their responsibilities more readily.
You're so right.
But I'm not here to preach, only to invite our friends to watch for our return to the air. Thank you, and good night.
Good night. A Life in Your Hands is created by Earl Stanley Gardner, with script by Bob McKee, directed by John Cowan. Jonathan Kegg is played by Carlton Kadell, with musical effects by Adele Scott, conducted by Whitey Berquist. This has been a Bell production. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Welcome back. Well, those summer series certainly had low-key farewells. And, of course, it did not return to the air. This case, somewhat of an interesting closure one. On one hand, it was nice and a touch of realism to have a judge actually give some pushback about Jonathan Kegg entering the case. Of course, that may have happened in previous seasons. We just don't have a whole lot of recordings from that time. The other thing I have to say, first of all, this guy really was having an awful day, kind of capped off by the murder. Just kept getting worse and worse until 10:30 when the murder occurred. The thing you do realize, too, listening to this, is that the neutral witness that Jonathan Kegg was able to produce was actually somebody who the murderer suggested, who he would not have known about had she simply said, no, that was everybody who came over. A long litany of perfect murder suspects. And to be honest, I kind of suspected her from the get-go because she was being awfully nice and kind and patient under the circumstances, given that she was the wife of a really unsavory character in a mystery melodrama. Honestly, I suspected her from that point. And then the fact that she produced the name of the witness, thought, no. If you'd committed the murder, you wouldn't be stupid enough to give them an additional witness that they just did not know about. But it all worked out for Jonathan Kegg, who once again is able to find the truth. and, bringing home the importance of people cooperating with police and sharing their knowledge when witness to a crime. So, all right. Well, that will actually do it for today. We will be back tomorrow with Let George Do It. I do want to let you know what's coming up next week as we wrapped up A Life in Your Hands. We will be doing Cases of Mr. Ace, starring the great George Raft. Oh, and one more thing, to quote the great Lieutenant Columbo before we go. We do have a new review on iTunes. This one is from Taville Stevens, and they write, great entertainment. Listening in the evening is restful and enjoyed by the family. Great to hear the voices of memorable people, and that is a review of the app from the Amazon App Store, which sells the app for the Android. And appreciate your positive comments and review. We will be back, as I said, tomorrow. Comments to Box 13 at greatdetectives.net. Well, our listener support campaign continues, and I want to thank some of those who have donated, including Aaron, Timothy, and Josh. Thank you so much for your support. And I do want to let you know that during the listener support campaign, all donations of $7 or more will receive access to our premium site, which is the usual policy. But donations of $20 or more will receive a free digital copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo. In addition, they'll receive one additional thank you gift of your choice. There's a complete list available at support.greatdetectives.net. Among the items available, I just added, actually, had another audiobook released. Powerhouse Flies Again. That's the sequel to Tales of the Dim Night, and that's available at the $50 level. As is your choice of any of the Poirot or Marple BBC Radio 4 productions. And then at the $100 level, we have a gift certificate to radioarchives.com, good for any of their high-quality 10-hour radio sets. Old-time radio program in just incredible high fidelity. And they have Fibber, McGee, and Molly, a lot of other good programs there. All right, well, now it's time for today's episode of Let George Do It. This one is called The Dead of Night.
Personal notice, danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you've got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. In just a moment, we'll begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine. If you need new tires for your car, now's the time to buy and make your car safe for winter driving ahead. High-quality, first-line Atlas tires are backed by a written warranty that's honored by 38,000 Atlas dealers from coast to coast. And when you buy new Atlas tires, you can get budget terms and a liberal trade-in allowance, too. All in all, you won't find a better quality tire anywhere than an Atlas tire. Stop in tomorrow at any independent Chevron gas station or Standard station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. And now, tonight's story, The Dead of Night, a transcribed adventure of George Valentine.
Okay. Hello.
Mr. Valentine?
Huh?
Oh, thank heaven. Thank heaven I found you in.
Well, at 4 o'clock in the morning, the chances were all with you.
I must see you at your office in an hour. Please, please.
Now, wait a minute. Not so fast. Who are you, anyway?
Frank Summers. You don't know me, but I've heard about you, and I must see you at your office.
Tomorrow morning.
Maybe too late for us. It's a matter of life or death.
Us?
Me and June. We're driving in from the beach, and we just stopped by the phone. We're lucky we haven't met anybody. Police, I mean.
Police?
If you've ever helped anybody in your life, Mr. Valentine, you've got to help us.
And you got to give me some idea what this is all about, or
I
I'll
will. Later, I will.
Well, waking up someone in the dead of night. Police. Matter of life or death. The dead of night could be right. George Valentine, fire horse. Ring the alarm and off he goes.
Hello.
Whither thou goest, I goest.
Huh? Oh, George, what?
Just quoting an old friend. Meet me in the office in an hour, Brooksy.
Oh, but George.
Goodbye, old friend.
It was horrible. That voice on the phone. It was horrible.
Oh, please, June, this is no time to go to pieces.
It certainly isn't. Did I hear you say your name is Mrs. Milburn?
Yes, that's right.
And, Mr. Summers here.
A friend. A good friend in need.
Oh, I see. How's the coffee coming, Brooksy? I think we can all use some.
Here we are.
Ah, good.
Oh. Please start from the beginning, June.
But it was about midnight. I'd just fallen asleep and the phone rang. It was a man. Someone I don't know.
The voice. You remember anything about it?
No. It was just, well, dead sounding. No emotions, no variations. Just droned on in the night.
And just what was it he said?
Your husband is dead, Mrs. Milburn. And you're going to die for his murder. You have no way out. You can do nothing to stop it.
Just that?
Yes.
At first, June thought it was some sort of weird joke.
Yes, that's right. I'm separated from Mr. Milburn, but I know he has no enemies. Nobody would want to hurt him.
I wonder if such a man exists anywhere.
I sat there alone in the house with just the waves crashing outside, and I got more and more frightened. So I telephoned Mr. Milburn's house. It's also a beach house, some 10 miles down the coast. And there was no answer.
He could have been out.
Oh, Bert hardly ever stays out late during the week. He likes to get up early. I got more and more panicky, so I called Frank in town.
I saw how upset June was, so I said I'd stop by Mr. Milburn's place and check.
And did you?
Well, by the time I passed there, I saw a couple of police cars in front of the house, and some men were taking pictures. Oh, I knew the voice on the phone meant what he said.
So you went right past and up to Mrs. Milburn's?
Yes.
Have you, an alibi for this evening, Mrs. Milburn?
Alibi?
When the police determine the time of your husband's death, I'm afraid they'll want to know where you were then.
Well, I was alone. It's the maid's vacation, and it's a pretty deserted stretch of the beach this time of the year. Many of the houses are already boarded up.
People don't usually have convenient alibis.
That's true. Well, just what did you want me to do, Mr. Summers?
Is there any chance of tracing that call to Mrs. Milburn? If we could only know who called, he himself is probably the murderer.
Tracing a call like that would be impossible.
During the evening, I called several people from my house. Would that help?
The police would say you could have called from your husband's place.
You mean after I killed him, I didn't kill him. I didn't.
Mr. Valentine, find out from the police what really happened and find the man who called.
We have no place else to go for help.
Well, now, if I get into this, Mrs. Milburn, I'll have to pass on to the police whatever I find. No matter whom it hurts.
Of course.
Until I get a chance to talk to Lieutenant Johnson, that's about all we can do.
This interest in Milburn's murder, Valentine, are you sure it's what you called it? Academic?
Why, Johnson, the tone of your voice cuts me to the quick.
You'll heal.
I saw the story in the morning paper, and it sounded real fascinating.
Which part of it did?
The setting. You know, deserted stretch of beach, fog rolling in from the ocean, violent stalking, to coin the phrase, in the dead of night.
A man's as dead at noon as he is at midnight.
Oh, is that when the coroner set the time of death?
No, 10 o'clock. Somebody shot Milburn 4 times. 2 bullets went into him, 1 lodged in the wall, and the 4th smashed a desk clock. Stopped at 1 minute of 10. The doc says that's about right.
The murder weapon found yet?
No, and with the ocean so handy, it may never be found.
You'll find Mrs. Milburn, though, won't you?
How'd you know that she wasn't? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the papers. Hey, look, any special reason for such hot interest in Mrs. Milburn's whereabouts? The paper...
I know. The paper didn't say.
Now, Johnson, if I knew a little more, I might help a little more.
And if we needed your help, we'd ask for it.
Oh, Lieutenant.
Heck, I guess there's no reason you shouldn't know.
Why, thanks.
Mrs. Milburn left her house in a hurry for a darn good reason. The DA had a letter in the mail this morning. It was from the late Mr. Milburn.
What?
If anything ever happened to him, it said, he wanted his wife picked up.
Cute.
So, if that's all you want to know, Valentine, if there's nothing else you want to confide in me...
Oh, no, thanks. You've been a pal, Johnson. Yes, Mrs. Milburn, I know I'm late, but I had some dodging and weaving to do.
What's that? What are you talking about, George?
Well, Lieutenant Johnson is developing a very suspicious streak, Brooksy. He had a man following me. I had a real job losing him.
But do the police suspect you of helping me, Mr. Valentine?
I wouldn't be surprised. Mrs. Milburn, why should your husband have written to the district attorney accusing you if anything happened to him?
Well, Bert wouldn't do that. There was no reason for it.
But that's what he did do.
What?
George, if Lieutenant Johnson thinks that you're trying...
So you'd better think, and think fast, Mrs. Milburn. Anything you can think about for an alibi.
Well, I have none. I told you I called a few people,
Frank
but
Summers. Just what does he mean to you?
Well, he was Bert's secretary, and
Is he the reason why you and Mr. Milburn separated?
Just one of the reasons. Bert was mean and jealous, and we've been drifting apart for a long time.
Whoever killed Mr. Milburn must have been very sure you wouldn't have an alibi. Did Frank Summers know you'd be home alone last night?
I guess so, but you don't think...
Well, I'm just thinking out loud. Did Frank call you last night?
Early, about 8 o'clock. Oh, wait.
What?
Mrs. Raleigh, the judge's wife.
Yeah, Judge Paul Raleigh, yes.
We're on the same committee on the Charity League. She telephoned me at 10 o'clock last night.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, she said she'd check with me about a meeting. She was going to the theater. Said she would call me during the intermission.
That could do it.
Uh-huh.
Well, a call coming to my number can be checked, can't it?
I can sure enough find out.
Take it easy, Mr. Valentine. It'll take a few minutes more before I can give you the answer to your question.
Sorry, Mr. Varney.
We're pretty efficient here at the telephone company, but within limits.
Within limits, yes, sir.
Frankly, when you first mentioned Mrs. Milburn's name, I thought, my goodness, not another change.
I beg your pardon.
Well, I'm afraid Mrs. Milburn is a lady, let's say a little difficult to please.
Oh, in what way?
Her phone's a two-party line. We have a few out there in the beach area. As a matter of fact, some of our older instruments are out there. Obviously, we replace them as quickly as we can, but the congested city areas get first preference, and then we go...
About Mrs. Milburn.
Oh, yes. Well, she's had her party changed several times. In one case, she said she was sure the other party was listening in on the conversations. In another, the party was using the telephone too often, and she had no chance to use it.
Well, that's understandable.
And she also had us change the phone from her bedroom to the living room, and from the living room to the hall. Why, to send a maintenance truck all the way out to the beach each time...
Yeah, I see your point. Yes. The lady's been, to put it bluntly, an expensive pest.
Of course, we're anxious to give whatever service we can to our subscribers, but... Oh, there we are. Excuse me. Yes? Oh, yes, I see. Toll call. Beachview 4586. 10:05. And 1 or 3 minutes after midnight. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
And thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes. Uh-huh. Well, it was very kind of you to phone me back, Mrs. Raleigh. No, thanks. That's all I wanted. You did call Mrs. Milburn last night from the theater at 10. Oh, you've been a great help. More than you know.
So your interest was academic, eh, Valentine?
We went through that, Johnson. I couldn't betray the confidence of my client.
Please try to understand, Lieutenant.
He does. He's just saving up ammunition for next time.
Miss Brooks, what would I do without you? And why don't you give me a chance to find out?
All the huffing and puffing is, well, academic at this point anyway, isn't it, Johnson?
Well, a telephone call does give Mrs. Milburn a pretty good alibi.
A telephone call from the wife of the judge gives her a darn good alibi.
I just think it was just a piece of good luck that this happened.
There's one more thing that helps prove you in the clear, Mrs. Milburn.
Yes?
A letter from your husband.
What about it?
It's a forgery.
Oh, forgery.
Our handwriting expert compared the handwriting with that of Mr. Milburn. Nothing like it. Besides, the letter was mailed from a post office station not far from Mr. Milburn's house sometime after Mr. Milburn was murdered.
The man who phoned. He sent the letter, too.
No, Mrs. Milburn.
Oh, I'm afraid, Mr. Valentine. You have no way out, he said. You're going to die for it.
Let's go, Johnson. We have work to do.
If you'll stop sputtering, Mr. Doremus, I'll explain to you why Sergeant Collins detained you here.
I'm an attorney, Lieutenant, and I assure you I know my rights.
I left orders that anyone who showed up here at Milburn's place be held for me to see.
And so, here we are.
I was Mr. Milburn's attorney and friend, I might add. So obviously I came out to see if I could be of any help in finding his murderer.
Well, then that's just fine. You can tell me what you know.
You have suddenly become a bit close-mouthed, Mr. Doremus.
Because I find it unpleasant to implicate anyone. Even anyone I haven't particularly liked for a long, long time.
You'd better be more specific.
I mean Mrs. Milburn.
What is your particular reason for pointing a dainty finger in her direction?
Well, she stood to benefit greatly by Mr. Milburn's death at this particular time.
Meaning?
Mr. Milburn was about to change his will and leave his wife completely out of it. However, there's one thing that puzzles me, to be completely honest.
To be completely honest is very desirable.
Milburn told me I'd be the only one to know of his plans. He would tell nobody else, especially Mrs. Milburn.
You're sure?
I'd swear to it. Milburn spoke to me on the telephone only, and I told nobody.
So, Mr. Doremus, there's really no reason for you to think that
Mrs. Milburn's an ambitious, driving woman. She made Mr. Milburn's life miserable, and she had an eye on young Frank Summers. It became so obvious that Mr. Milburn and Summers had a big fight.
Go on. That's very interesting.
Well, I might be prejudiced. But in this case, I'd nominate Mrs. Milburn first, Frank Summers second.
And yourself third, Mr. Doremus?
Why, how dare you?
There are only 3 people involved in this big mystery. For the time being, we can't leave any of the 3 out of our thinking. Now, can we?
We'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine in just a moment. For a minute, think back to the last time you bought a quart of motor oil for your car. Can you remember what prompted you to buy that particular brand? Was it because that just happened to be the only brand sold, or was it because you really thought it was the best brand of oil for your car? Motor oil is mighty important to you. It can save you money, or it can cost you money. That's why I'm sure you'll be interested in these performance reports on heavy-duty RPM motor oil. A fleet of taxicabs was able to reduce engine wear 71% and greatly increase the time between overhauls. In another performance report, a fleet of cabs using another oil had to be overhauled every 35,000 miles. Now, using heavy-duty RPM motor oil, these same cabs average 100,000 miles between overhauls. And heavy-duty RPM gives extra protection against gum, acid, and corrosion. If you want top protection and top performance in your car, if you want to increase time between overhauls and reduce repair bills, if buying the best brand of motor oil is important to you, then switch over now to heavy-duty RPM motor oil at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station where they say and mean we take better care of your car. A brutal murder in the dead of night. A lonely beach house in which violence flares up for a brief moment and then, like a stone thrown in the nearby ocean, leaves widening circles of suspicion. The leading actors? The widow, who has an unbreakable alibi but still has a very good motive. An earnest young man who has come between her and the husband. And the dead man's attorney, who seems to be an enigma. In one breath, he admits he hates the widow. In the second, he defends her by saying she couldn't have known about the all-important change in the will. Yes, even if your name is George Valentine, you find the case a real challenge.
Well, I told you Frank wouldn't be home, Johnson. And not too luxurious a home. A bed, a chair, a chest of drawers.
Being ever so humble, you can have it.
Well, as I get it, Frank's only been out of college a couple of years. Syracuse. The Army had him for 3 years.
Suits are still in the closet. The valises.
He isn't running, Johnson. Why should he be?
Just checking.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant!
Yeah, what is it, Friendly?
A call came for you on the car radio.
Yeah?
They want you to go over to 863 Marsden.
Huh?
A place rented to a Mr. Doremus.
Doremus?
Yes, sir. They said it was a case for homicide.
No fingerprints on the other glass, huh?
No, sir. Wiped clean.
Doremus was having a drink with somebody. Then they had a quarrel, a big fight.
Yeah, chairs turned over, lamp broken. Is the doc on his way?
Yes, sir. I'll check again.
Yeah, let's see what we can find.
Uh-huh.
Nothing much in the pockets. Keys, some money, handkerchief, wallet.
Let me see.
Sure. Nothing much in his jacket
Beachview
pocket.
4586, Beachview 3959.
What?
Mrs. Milburn's telephone number. And the number of the telephone in Mr. Milburn's house.
So what? He was their lawyer. So he had their numbers.
I know. That's funny. They're written on a page torn out of a calendar. A page dated today.
That's nice, but...
Huh? What did you find?
Doremus's hand.
Huh?
Clutched right in his hand.
What is it?
Phi Beta Kappa key, Syracuse. Come on. Now we're going to look for Frank Summers for real.
Thanks for visiting the jail, Mr. Valentine, but it's no good. Nobody believes me. Why should you?
I'm stubborn.
I didn't kill Doremus. I wasn't even there.
But you can't prove where you were.
I was walking all by myself, trying to waste some time before I went to pick up June and take her to dinner. That's where you and Lieutenant Johnson found me, at June's. I wasn't running away.
And you have no way of explaining the Phi Beta Kappa key in Doremus's hand. Johnson insists Doremus tore it away from you in the struggle.
I don't know where the key came from. I never missed it. I thought I had it.
Are you playing this hand face up with me, Buster?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any idea who might have phoned Mrs. Milburn that night after the murder?
No. Lieutenant Johnson is sure it was me, because I was the only one who knew June would be alone that night. He said I disguised my voice.
Frank, man to man, what kind of fellow was Bert Milburn?
Huh?
Well, was he mean and nasty? Did he have many enemies?
No. It makes me feel like a heel, but he wasn't. I couldn't help falling in love with June. She had me spinning on my head. I fell in love with her. Now.
Okay, kid. Keep your chin up.
George, let's get out of here. We can't just sit here in the office all evening.
I gotta think, Brooksy. There's something about this case that sounds as phony as a lead quarter.
The case is closed. Why, Johnson has enough evidence on Frank Summers to lock the cell and throw the key away.
Sure, I know.
Oh, I feel sorry for Mrs. Milburn. Her first husband and then Frank. She just sat there in Johnson's office stunned.
Yeah.
You're not even listening to me, George. Well, might as well try out this new typewriter ribbon. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their party. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their party.
Party.
What?
That's it. Oh, Brooksy, you're wonderful. You're the smartest, the most talented.
Hey,
Don't argue. Just hang on. I know it's a lot of nerve dragging you down to your office at this hour of the night, Mr. Varney, but believe me, it's important.
All right, young man, all right. Now, just let me look through these cards.
I won't ask him again what this is all about, so help me handle it.
How about it, Mr. Varney?
Yes, here it is. Beach View 3959.
Uh-huh.
It is a party line.
Good. And who's the other party on that line?
Beach View 4586.
Mrs. Milburn!
very, very unusual. A most unusual coincidence.
You've been swell, Mr. Varney. Good night.
Yes, Lieutenant Johnson, we just finished the report in the Doremus case.
What does it show, Doc?
Cause of death, poisoning by phenylicide.
Phenylicide? Something new?
No, not particularly.
Well, can one just, get it?
No, I'm afraid not, young lady, but people have been known to forge prescription blanks.
Oh.
And it'll take some doing to trace down the drugstore where it might have been bought.
Just a hunch, Dr. Barton.
Yes?
But exactly how does this poison work?
What do you mean?
Well, it doesn't work slowly, the way some poisons do, huh? It works instantly, doesn't it?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, it does.
It had to be something like that. Listen to this, Johnson. Just how quickly does it work?
Every muscle in the body becomes rigid, all at once.
But, George, what are you driving at?
You get it, don't you, Lieutenant?
If Doremus's fist was clenched like that at the moment the poison took effect, how did that college key get into his hand?
It was forced into it. And certainly Frank didn't do it. Come on, let's go to the jail and talk to him once more.
I can't understand any of it, Mr. Valentine. I know I didn't put the 5-beta kappa key into Mr. Doremus' hand.
I told you before he was innocent. What else can either of us do?
We could throw away all the fancy falderall and begin telling the truth, all of us.
What do you mean, George?
Okay, Valentine, what's on your mind? Spill it and fast.
All right. I suppose we start at the very beginning, with the little matter of party phone.
Now's the time for all good men to come to the aid of their party.
What's that, Miss Brooks?
I wish I knew.
Isn't it more than unusual that Mr. and Mrs. Milburn were the two parties on the party line, Johnson?
Yeah, a coincidence.
Yeah, but was it? There are comparatively few party lines in the beach area. Couldn't the thing have been arranged?
Arranged?
By someone who made sure she'd be considered by the telephone company as merely a pest? Who didn't like this party on her line, or that party? Who didn't stop until the two phones she was interested in were on the same line?
Are you talking about me, Mr. Valentine?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Valentine?
Mrs. Milburn, you expected a call from Mrs. Raleigh. You made sure she'd call you at a very specific time.
And she did.
Oh, yes. The equipment on those phones is still the old-fashioned kind. Now, that's important.
How, for Pete's sake?
Mrs. Milburn, you had your hand on the telephone box in your husband's house, and you heard the slight vibration. The phone was ringing in your house, miles up the beach. And it was ringing on time. So you picked up the phone and spoke to Mrs. Raleigh. And the judge's wife provided you with a perfect alibi.
You're lying.
Keep talking, Valentine.
What about the phone call from this mysterious stranger?
She phoned her own house from her husband's place.
The letter. The forged letter.
You wrote it, Mrs. Milburn, and mailed it hours after you killed your husband.
Well, why would I do that? I'm not crazy.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't it? You knew you'd be the prime suspect, Mrs. Milburn. So why not make it look as though someone were trying to implicate you? Get yourself accused and get it over with early in the game.
Mrs. Milburn, what about the lawyer?
I'll answer that, Johnson. Doremus got wise a little quicker than I did. He knew she must have overheard his and Milburn's conversation about the will. Somehow, accidentally perhaps. So he checked and found out about the two-party gimmick. That's why he put the two numbers down on that piece of paper.
I didn't kill him. Frank did. You know that, Lieutenant.
Let Mr. Valentine go on, June. You better...
Stay over there, young fella.
Was Doremus trying to blackmail Mrs. Milburn, George?
He was, wasn't he, Mrs. Milburn? It had to be you who killed him. The poison killed Doremus instantly. The college key was forced into his hand. And you were the only one who could have easily gotten that key.
I had to kill him. After everything I did, he was going to take it all away from me.
You were willing for me to be held for his murder.
I killed Bert so you and I would be happy, Frank. Believe me.
Oh, stay away from me.
But I couldn't think of anything but saving myself when I killed Doremus. I couldn't.
Take over from here, will you, Johnson?
Yeah.
A breath of good, fresh air is something I really need right now.
If it's peak performance you want from your engine, then it's Chevron Supreme gasoline you want in your tank. With Chevron Supreme, you get not one, not two, but all 8 high-performance qualities. Quick starting, fast warm-up, smooth acceleration, area blending, anti-knock, vapor lock prevention, economy mileage, and full power. Your engine needs all 8 to do its best. So if driving's a chore, get the gas that gives you more. Fill up with Chevron Supreme gasoline at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station where they say and mean we take better care of your car.
The dead of night.
Oh, George, it's over. Stop thinking about it.
Yeah. But this thing really hit me for once, Angel.
The night can be beautiful, too. Look at the moon over the ocean.
The long-range plans she made about a man she once loved and then carefully carried them out. With him lying there, dead.
Yes, I know.
And shooting at that clock to fix the time so that the telephone gag would work. Making all those preparations with a phone.
Pull over and stop the car, George.
Huh?
Now, don't argue. You're tired and cynical and discouraged. And you don't believe in womanhood at all, do you? You need consolation and proof that you're wrong.
Oh, thanks.
Think nothing of it, darling. Now is the time for all good women to come to the aid of their party.
Tonight's transcribed adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by David Victor and directed by Kenneth Webb. Ken Christie was heard as Lieutenant Johnson, Louise Arthur as June, Roland Morris as Frank, Forrest Lewis as Doremus, and Stan Farrar as Varney. The music by Gaylord Carter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. I really did suspect the wife throughout the mystery, kind of a replay of in terms of the theme as Operation Europa. Of course, different methods, situations where George seems to find evidence to clear someone, but actually they're guilty. Though I didn't suspect how they did it. That, of course, is a more 1950s technology when dealing with party lines, although somewhere when we were in Washington State in the 1980s, early 90s, we did actually have a party line, so those lasted a bit longer. The one thing I was somewhat curious about here in this episode was Brooksy typing that phrase. When they were now is the time for all men to come to the defense of their party. And that stood out to me because I remembered from the Columbo episode, Now You See Him, that the sergeant in that episode tested a typewriter by typing that. And so I wondered if Jackson Gillis wrote this and that, but when I heard David Victor had writing credit, I researched it a little further. And it turns out that this was a fairly standard phrase for typing textbook. It was a typing drill by teacher Charles E. Weller. So a lot of people who learn to type, they learn to type that phrase. And I think it was originally said by Rutherford Hayes. Although some sources indicate that it was Weller himself who was the source of the quote, which might make sense because that was just not a Rutherford Hayes type thing to say. Well, we turn now to listener comments and feedback, and Louise Hall asked if we'll ever do Richard Diamond. The answer is yes. It is on our list of programs to do. You can view all the programs we have on the list at biglist.greatdetectives.net. And provisionally, I'm planning on doing Richard Diamond once we finish the Johnny Dollar serial podcast, which will take 58 weeks, and then the Philip Marlowe program podcast, which will take about another 2 years. So we're about 3.25 years away, but it will be on Wednesday that we'll be playing Richard Diamond. So keep listening and be patient, and he'll be along in a little while. All right, well, that will do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Sherlock Holmes. Well, I do want to thank those who've given to our listener support campaign as it continues. And I want to say thank you to Lou, Josh, Timothy, and Aaron for their support. And we'll be sending along thank you gifts during listener support campaign, in addition to sending access to our premium site at the $7 level. At the $20 level, we will send a free digital copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo, in addition to your choice of another thank you gift, depending on donation level. Some of those available. At the $50 level, we will send you a BBC Radio 4 Poirot mystery. Be sure and let us know which mystery you'd like. Five Little Pigs is a favorite of mine, but at the $50 level, we'll send you any one of the BBC Radio 4 plays of Poirot. And at the $100 level, we'll send you a Radio Archives gift certificate, good for one of their larger sets. And these are high fidelity audio that you can download right to your computer. And this will get you one of their 10-hour sets. Some of the options include that you can get with this gift certificate include Doc Savage, as well as a couple sets of unreleased Let George series. Well, we turn now to another Sherlock Holmes series. This one very different. This series is often mislabeled as a BBC radio series. It wasn't. It was a series produced by a man named Harry Alan Towers, who ran a production company called called Towers of London. The series was, the studio was focused on syndication, on creating programs that could be syndicated all over the world. The Sherlock Holmes series was picked up by the BBC, and it was noteworthy because it was very rare for the BBC to pick up some non-BBC dramatic programming. In addition to Sherlock Holmes, Towers of London produced some fantastic programs, including The Adventures of Horatio Hornblower, The Adventures of the Scarlet Pimpernel, The Black Museum, and of course, that classic radio anti-hero series, The Lives of Harry Lime. Like a wide variety of the Towers productions, including Scarlet Pimpernel and Theta Royale, the Sherlock Holmes series was brought to the United States by NBC. And so this episode aired over NBC on January the 2nd of 1955. The title is Dr. Watson Meets Sherlock Holmes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Sir Ralph Richardson and Sir John Gielgud. Today's performance, Dr. Watson Meets Sherlock Holmes.
My name is Watson, Dr. John H. Watson. It may be familiar to you through my association over many years with one of the most remarkable men I believe the world has ever known, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I want to tell you about one of our earliest adventures. The first time that we went out into the streets of London in active partnership. We were still youngish men. It was far back in the early 1880s. We had shared those famous rooms, number 221B Baker Street, for only a few months.
Watson, my dear fellow, you're just in time.
In time for what, Holmes?
Well, you've so often been good enough to express a genial interest in my singular profession. Now you'll be able to see me actually at work.
Oh, well, I'm delighted, Holmes. It should be fascinating. But I must sit down by the fire. Deuced chilly out.
Oh, do, my dear fellow. Oh, by the way, Watson, why Turkish?
Turkish? How do you mean?
The bath. The bath you've just come from, my dear fellow. Why the relaxing and expensive Turkish, rather than the invigorating homemade article across the passage here?
Oh, because I felt lazy and... but I haven't said a word about it. How the deuce did you know I'd had a Turkish bath?
Your boots, Watson.
Boots?
The thing's quite elementary, surely.
Oh, no doubt, but you'll forgive me if I fail to see the least connection.
You always do your boots up in the same way, Watson. However, on this occasion, I see them fastened with an elaborate double bow.
Uh-huh.
And so, of course, you've had them off and someone else has tied them for you. Who, for example? The answer can only be your bootmaker or the boy at the Turkish baths. As your boots were only made and delivered here late last week, it's hardly likely to have been the bootmaker, so what remains but the bath? Absurdly simple, isn't it?
On my soul, Holmes, you really are the strangest fellow.
Ah, wait till you meet Milverton. He's stranger still.
Milverton? Who's Milverton?
Charles Augustus Milverton of Hampstead. In all probability, the most evil man in London.
Indeed? He sounds fascinating.
I invited him for 6:30, so he's almost due.
Oh, I shiver at the thought of him. But what's he do for a living, this strange caller of ours?
Blackmail, Watson.
Huh?
Yes, he looks like Mr. Pickwick. But heaven help the man, or worse still, the woman who's indiscreet enough to get into his power.
And what have you to do with him?
Well, I've had the honor recently to be consulted by a particularly illustrious lady.
Who is she? Do I know her?
Well, I expect you know her name. Lady Eva Brackwell, the most beautiful debutante of last season.
But of course, isn't she to be married in a fortnight to the Earl of Dovercourt?
Yes. It's all arranged. Unluckily for her, Milverton has managed to get hold of some imprudent letters, Watson, which she wrote some time ago to a penniless young fellow in the country. Only imprudent, mind you, but they'd be quite sufficient to break off the match.
And you're commissioned to meet him?
Yes, and make what terms I can. I think he's here, Watson. Will you let him in?
Mr. Holmes' rooms?
Will you come in, please? This is Mr. Holmes. I take it you are...
Charles Augustus Milverton. How are you, Mr. Holmes?
No, I prefer not to shake hands with you, Mr. Milverton.
Huh?
This is only a matter of business between us.
I see. And we can talk of it before this gentleman? It's rather a delicate affair.
Dr. Watson is my friend and partner, sir. He knows our business.
Really? Well, we need hardly waste much time on it. My position is quite definite. You are acting for the Lady Eva, I understand.
I have that honor. What are your terms, Mr. Milverton?
£7,000, Mr. Holmes.
And the alternative?
Oh, my dear sir, it is painful to discuss it. But if the money is not paid by the 14th, there will certainly be no marriage on the 18th.
And supposing I advise my client to tell her future husband all about these letters you hold?
You evidently do not know the Earl, Mr. Holmes, nor me. I am practiced at this game, sir. Look at this pocketbook. I have 8 or 10 similar cases all maturing in it. It is how I make my humble bread.
You scoundrel.
As you like, sir. But there are details here that would surprise you for all your so-called knowledge of affairs. You may remember the sudden end of the engagement between the Honourable Miss Miles and Colonel Dorking. And only because the absurd sum of £1,200 could not be found in time.
7,000 is ridiculous, Milverton. Out of the question.
Is it? I think not. There was also the case of... oh, well, no more names, perhaps. Well, sir? Watson, get behind him. Don't let him get out now. Now, sir, that notebook, if you please. You fool, Holmes. Stand back. Do you think I'd go about a business like mine unarmed? Stand back, I say. You too, Dr. Watson, or whatever your name is. Put up your hand. Holmes, I'll...
Keep still, Watson.
I expected something much more original, Mr. Holmes. I really did, from you. Do you think I'm such a fool as to carry the letters about with me? You only make me more determined than ever. One more word and I'll make it 8,000. And the 13th instead of the 40th. Good night, Mr. Holmes.
It was one of my earliest glimpses of the kind of thing confronting us in what Holmes had been good enough to call our partnership. What he would do next, I had no idea. I was hardly prepared a few nights later, and on a particularly stormy evening, for the appearance in our chambers of a tall, rakish-looking young workman with a goatee beard.
Oh, good evening, Governor. How are you?
How am I? Now look here, my good man. What do you think you're doing walking in here? These are private apartments.
I happen to live here, Watson.
Good heavens. Holmes!
Yes, I think I forgot to warn you about my little penchant for disguises, Watson. Just one among my many other accomplishments. Phew, what an appalling night outside. It's coming down in sheets.
Well, what on earth have you been doing?
Getting myself engaged to be married.
To be married? My dear fellow, I congratulate you.
Yes, to the housemaid at Charles Augustus Milverton's.
What?
I had to, Watson. I wanted information.
Oh, but surely that was going too far.
Not at all. In my present alias, I'm a rising young plumber named Estcott. I've walked and talked with that girl every evening for nearly a week. Such charming little talks they were, too. And now I know Milverton's house in Hampstead like the palm of my hand, from the basement to the attics.
Yes, but Holmes, the poor girl, Holmes.
Well, it really can't be helped, Watson. She has to become a sacrifice on the altar of my art. Oh, fortunately, I find I have a hated rival in the shape of the local grocery assistant. He's sure to cut me out the moment my back's turned. Look out of the window, Watson. Ah, what a splendid night.
Well, you were only complaining about it a moment ago.
As an honest citizen, as a burglar, I approve of it.
As a burglar?
Yes, I propose to burgle Milverton's house before the night is over, Watson. It's the only way. I just want a few minutes to change my clothes and get rid of this ticklish beard, and then I shall be leaving you for the evening to your peaceful solitude.
No, Holmes. I'm coming with you.
My dear Watson.
You said that we were partners, and that I should do something to shake off my indolence.
Well. We've been sharing these same rooms for some months now. It'd be amusing if we should finish up sharing the same cell. Do you really mean it, Watson?
To the death.
Well, you're a most delightful fellow. Do you think you could contrive to make us up a couple of masks?
Masks? Masks? In 5 minutes, from black silk. I've an old umbrella somewhere.
Excellent. Then that'll be your contribution. For my part, I shall be delighted to teach you how to use a jemmy and a glass cutter and this set of adaptable keys. Wonderful specimens here. In 2 hours' time, Watson, we shall be in Milverton's study, where he keeps his safe. It adjoins his bedroom, unfortunately, but I think he's pretty sure to be sound asleep. My little fiancé tells me he always sleeps like a log. Is it a bargain, Watson?
It's a bargain, Holmes.
You see. What did I tell you, Watson? Within 2 hours, we'd make a capital pair of burglars, you and I. We weren't already dedicated to a nobler purpose.
I don't like it, Holmes. It was too little trouble.
What do you mean, because the door of the study wasn't even locked? Oh, some oversight.
Look. There's a light under the bedroom door.
Yes. He often falls asleep with the bedroom lamp still burning. I learned that from my fiancée, too. Now then, Watson, to work.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Stand over by the door there and give me a warning if you hear anyone coming.
Right.
If they come right in, we'll still have time to hide behind the window curtains.
Right.
I'll begin on the safe.
Right.
Now then. Skeleton keys. Ah, so. Oh, this fellow's a fool, you know. He ought to have had a much more modern safe than this one. Now then, let's see. If I could only... Now,
Holmes.
What is it, Watson? Confound it, I've almost got it open.
Someone coming along the corridor. 2 people.
Oh, deuce take it, what a moment to choose. It's too bad. Quick, and behind the curtain. He can't have been in bed after all. Must have been waiting in the hall for someone. Watson, are you all right?
Yes, I think so. Rather a tight fit.
Well, there's a gap here I can just see through. Someone's coming upstairs carrying an oil lamp. Ah, it's Milverton, all right.
There's a woman with him. Veiled.
They're coming in.
Well, miss, you decided to come then, half an hour late.
I couldn't manage any earlier. My mistress kept me.
Well, if she's a hard mistress, you have your chance to get even with her.
You tell me in your note that you've managed to get hold of some letters which compromise the Countess d'Albert.
Yes, I have.
You want to sell them and I want to buy them. So far, so good. I can use them in my business. Now, as to price...
The price, Mr. Milverton, for everything, is your life.
What do you mean, girl?
Look at me.
She's lifting her veil, Holmes. That's no lady's maid.
Great heavens! Is it you?
Yes, it's I, Charles Milverton. And don't you dare to speak my name. You've fouled it enough. You've ruined me the way you've ruined so many others.
You should have found the money in time.
And because I couldn't, because I begged you for 2 days' grace, you sent those letters you had to my husband. And he died. And you know how he died. The finest man in the world. And the letters were false. You changed the dates on them. They were written before I met him.
Keep back from me. Put that pistol down.
No, not till I've used it. You'll break no more hearts, Charles Milverton, as you've broken mine. You hound. You filthy hound!
Great heavens, Holmes!
Quiet, man. He's done for. And she's got away, thank heaven.
Who was that woman, Holmes?
Surely you know that face, Watson.
Not the Duchess.
Never mention names, Watson. Now's our chance if we're quick.
What are you doing, man?
Safe, Watson. The paper's in the safe. To save our own client and who knows how many more besides. Quick, put that bundle in your pocket, Watson.
Yes.
And give the rest to me. Hurry! Yes. Someone must have heard the shots. Listen. There are people coming. Out of the window, quickly, Watson.
So we escaped. Down a convenient drain pipe, over 2 garden walls, and luckily found an empty hansom at the bottom of the road, and reached Baker Street at last, and safety. Our adventure was over, or almost over. As I lay tossing sleeplessly in bed that night, I found myself more than ever intrigued by the personality of my strange companion. I recollected our first meeting only a few months before. I'd just come back from medical service abroad and was moping miserably about this old London of ours, of hansom cabs and fog and gaslight, doing simply nothing at all. And then, standing at a Piccadilly bar one day...
Hello there, Watson. Remember me?
Why, yes. Stamford, young Stamford.
Used to be a dresser under you when you were a medical student at Bart's, remember?
Of course I remember. Confounded, it's a pleasure to see a friendly face, Stamford. London's the very deuce for a lonely man.
Oh, what on earth have you been doing with yourself, Watson? You're as thin as a lark and brown as a nut.
Oh, Afghanistan, you know. The campaign out there, army surgeon. I say, have a drink, will you?
Thanks, I don't mind. Stout, I think.
I got wounded pretty badly. At my wand, confounded nuisance, subclavian artery. 2 glasses of stout, please.
Invalided out then, eh? And what are you doing with yourself now?
Nothing. Trying to solve the problem of finding comfortable rooms on an army pension, 11 and 6 a day. Well, here's your health, Stamford.
Yours, Watson. Here's to old times. Strange you should say that, you know.
Say what?
About looking for rooms. You're the second man today who said it to me.
And who was the first?
Oh, some fellow was working in the chemical lab up at the hospital. A fellow called Holmes.
You wouldn't like to go halves, I suppose?
Exactly what he was saying. Looking for someone to share with him, you know.
I'm the very man, then. What's his other name?
Sherringford, is it? No. Sherlock. Knew it was something queer. Sherlock Holmes.
What's he do?
Oh, just if I know. He's got a whole store of out-of-the-way knowledge that would astonish the professors. And he's a first-class chemist. Says he's going in for something quite special. I say, Watson.
Huh?
Let's go along to the lab and meet him. He's bound to be there. Let's have lunch somewhere and then go on, shall we?
Excellent. I only hope it comes to something. I must confess, he sounds quite interesting.
Through this way. He's bound to be there. Mind you, Watson, you mustn't blame me if you don't get on with the fellow. He's pretty queer in his ideas.
How do you mean?
Well, I actually came on him the other day beating the subject in the dissecting room with a stick.
What on earth for?
Said he wanted to find out how far bruises could be produced after death. Through here now.
Gruesome tastes, eh? Still.
Ah, there he is. The tall fellow behind all the test tubes and retorts. I told you he'd be working. I say, Holmes. Stanford. Eureka, Stanford! I've just found it.
Oh, found what, Holmes?
A reagent which is precipitated by hemoglobin and by nothing else in all the world.
Indeed. Well, I want you to meet Dr. Watson, Holmes. Watson, this is Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
How are you, Doctor? From Afghanistan, I perceive.
What? How on earth did you know that?
Never mind. The question now is about hemoglobin. No doubt you see the significance of this discovery of mine.
Well, it's probably interesting enough chemically, but from the practical point of view,
My dear fellow, it's the most practical medical legal discovery for years. Don't you see that it gives us an infallible test for bloodstains?
Indeed?
Yes. Criminal cases are always hinging on this kind of thing. A man suspected of a crime long after it's committed, let's say, and his linen turns out to have brownish stains on it. Yes, but are they blood or mud or rust stains or fruit stains or what? Now we have the Sherlock Holmes test, Dr. Watson, so there can be no more difficulty.
Well, I dare say you are to be congratulated, Mr. Holmes.
Of course I am. There was the case of von Bischoff at Frankfurt last year, and Mason of Bedford and Sampson of New Orleans. I could name a score of cases where the thing would have been decisive.
By Jove, you're a regular walking calendar of crime, Holmes.
Well, why not, eh? What could be more fascinating? Have you a taste for such matters by any chance, Doctor?
Oh, well, I confess it's been a little beyond my range.
You'll get it, sir. You will, I assure you. The thing grips you like a drug.
Holmes, I wanted you two to meet because Watson's on the lookout for someone to share diggings with him.
Oh.
The same as you are.
Capital, Doctor. You look the very man for me. I've had my eye on a suite in Baker Street, number 221B. Mrs. Hudson is the landlady's name. You don't mind the smell of strong tobacco, I hope.
I always smoke ships myself.
That's good enough, then. Oh, and I generally have a few chemicals about and carry out experiments, like this one. That wouldn't annoy you.
By no means.
Well, then let me see. What are my other shortcomings? Oh, I get down in the dumps sometimes and don't open my mouth for days on end. And, I've a fancy for revolver practice indoors.
So long as I can rely on your aim.
Infallible, I assure you. Now, what have you to confess?
Well, I get up at all sorts of ungodly hours and I'm very lazy. I don't like too much row, but I put up with revolver shots.
Good.
I've got another set of vices when I'm well, but these are the principal ones for the present.
Then that's all right. Thank you, Stanford. I'm very much obliged to you. Well, shall we go together, Dr. Watson, and look at the rooms tomorrow? Say at noon?
At noon, Holmes? It'll suit admirably.
Oh, one other little thing, the violin. You don't include violin playing in your category of rows.
It depends on the player, my dear Holmes. If it's badly played...
that's something I shall have to leave you to judge for yourself, my dear fellow. And I shall have pleasure in testing your ear with a few of my own little compositions. Then you will be able to judge my modest capabilities. Till tomorrow, then, my dear Dr. Watson. Till tomorrow.
So we took those rooms together and settled down quite amicably. As the weeks went by, my interest in my companion intensified. I studied his sharp, piercing eyes, his thin, hawk-like face, and I wondered time and again what he did for a living, so as to pay his share of our humble reckoning. He was out at all sorts of strange hours, and when he was at home, curious visitors were always calling on him. And then he would ask if he might have our sitting room to himself. It was a thin, sallow, dark-eyed fellow called Lestrade, for instance, who came 3 or 4 nights in 1 week. Once, a fashionably dressed young girl waited on him. At another time, it was a railway porter in his velveteen uniform. The thing puzzled me until, at last, one day...
You wonder what I do for a living, Watson, eh? I've seen you looking quizzically once or twice at these visiting clients of mine.
Clients, Holmes?
Yes. Oh, just pass me over the Persian slipper, will you, my dear fellow? I always keep the tobacco in it. Thank you. The fact is, I'm a professional thinker, Doctor.
A thinker?
Certainly. I piece things together, you see. Just as a logician could infer the possibility of an Atlantic or a Niagara from a single drop of water without having seen or heard of either of them, so I build rare edifices of deduction from the observation of a few simple facts.
Come home.
Oh, it's the truth, I assure you. If you're looking round for a cigar, by the way, my dear chap, you'll find them in the coal scuttle. Yes, I've a trade all my own, Watson. The only one in the whole world. I'm a consulting detective.
That's London full of detectives, Holmes.
Lots of government ones and plenty of private ones, but none like me.
I've built up quite a special little connection, Watson. And when any of these other fellows are at a loss, they generally come to me to put them right.
Just by thinking about things, I suppose.
Exactly. I've a turn for observation and deduction, as you must have noticed. That first time we met, for instance, when I mentioned to your surprise that you'd just come from Afghanistan.
Oh, you were told about it, no doubt.
Nothing of the sort, Watson. I just knew. It's second nature to me. My train of thought ran something like this. Here's a fellow who's a doctor, but with the air of a military man, clearly an army surgeon, then. Just come from the tropics, for his face is dark, but that isn't his natural color, for his wrists are fair. His arm is stiff, he's been wounded. Where in the tropics could an English army doctor have been wounded lately? And the obvious answer was in the Afghan campaign, probably the Battle of Maiwand.
It's simple enough when you explain it. I confess I was taken aback a bit at the time. And you mean to say that you apply these principles to the detection of crime?
Of course I do. That fellow Lestrade you were asking me about the other day, for instance, he's a Scotland Yard man, one of the best. But he got himself into a fog over a forgery case recently and came to me to ask my advice on the evidence he had. I solved it for him on the spot.
Upon my life, you astonish me, Holmes. I'd no idea that was what you were up to. What gave you the notion?
Oh, natural talent, I suppose. When I was still at college, a small thing happened to come my way which enabled me to solve a curious crime. I decided that I had a taste for such matters, and so here I am now, a professional investigator. That's the kind of thing I deal with in this life of mine, Watson. That, and of course my music.
Well, I never thought of you as a professional investigator of crime, even when you talked about it so much at the hospital that time we met.
Well, one really must do something to keep oneself from boredom. You may find yourself mixed up in it one of these fine days, you know. You never know, Watson. You never know.
And I was, of course, you know that now, with the Milverton exploit, as I've related it, as the first real adventure of them all in which I felt myself truly involved. It ended rather oddly, that burglary episode of ours. The very morning after it, after my sleepless night, there came in the little man I'd so often seen before.
Lestrade, the good Lestrade of Scotland Yard. Good morning, my dear Lestrade.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. I was wondering...
Oh, this is Dr. Watson, by the way. He was asking all about you the other day.
How do you do, Doctor? Any friend of Mr. Holmes's is a friend of mine.
Delighted to meet you, Inspector. Well, sit down, won't you, and share a pipe with us.
Too much of a hurry, I'm afraid. I just wanted to ask if you had anything particular on hand, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, I don't think so. Nothing much. A little matter down at the docks involving a giant rat from Sumatra.
You can leave the rats to look after themselves, Mr. Holmes. There's been murder done up at Hampstead. Wanted you to look into it for us. Queer business.
Oh, really? Who's been murdered?
A fellow called Milverton.
Indeed. I believe I've heard the name.
Holmes.
Not feeling dicky, are you, Watson? Any details, Lestrade?
Well, we know who did it, of course.
You know? Good heavens.
Couple of them, Doctor. Nearly got 'em, they did. There was a hue and cry, you see. They got away, worse luck, where they were seen.
How interesting. And what are they supposed to look like?
First one, very tall. Other fellow, middle-sized, thick-necked man with a moustache.
Moustache,
They both had masks over their eyes.
Oh, come, Lestrade, that's rather vague, isn't it? On my soul, it might even be a description of Watson and me, eh, Watson?
It might indeed.
You're right, Mr. Holmes, you're perfectly right. By Jove, it might be. Well, will you handle it?
I'm afraid not, Lestrade, not this time. I know something of this fellow Milverton. He was a rogue and a blackmailer. There are certain crimes that the law can't punish adequately, my dear fellow. And in this instance, my sympathies are with the criminals, Lestrade. I will not handle the case.
Well, if you won't, you won't. No, I'll get the fellows all right in time, I dare say.
Will you, Lestrade? I do hope you may. Pass me my violin as you go out, there's a good fellow. I feel deuced lazy this morning. Had rather a strenuous night.
Pleasure, Mr. Holmes. Well, good morning, Doctor. See you again, I dare say. Always in and out of Baker Street, you know.
Good morning, Inspector.
Morning, Mr. Holmes.
Good morning. Best of luck, Lestrade.
Oh. Well, another 5 minutes like that, Holmes. I'll take myself back to Afghanistan.
Oh, no, you won't, Watson. You'll grow to love it, too. This is only the beginning, my dear fellow. Only the beginning. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, based on the original stories of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, have been dramatized anew with original music composed by Sidney King. Sir Ralph Richardson played the part of Dr. Watson, and Sir John Gielgud that of Sherlock Holmes. The program was produced by Harry Allen Thomas.
Welcome back. Well, I think overall a pretty solid performance. I have to admit I was a little iffy on the choice to work the Milverton story into the first episode and make that, for the purpose of this series, the first adventure they shared together. Really an odd choice and an odd note to begin on. But we had a little listener who said that the Milverton story was actually her favorite Sherlock Holmes story. And now you've heard it. Even though the story itself occurred after the final problem, which we'll hear later. But beyond that little point, I think this really has the feel of a very classy, well-done production. Different than the New Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. You know, no ads for Clipper craft suits or the John Watermaker men's store. This is simply handled, and you're dealing with two actors here in Gielgud and Richardson, who've been playing off each other since the 1920s. So they definitely had a well-developed rapport and chemistry that looks like this is going to make for a very entertaining, well-done series. All right, listener comments and feedback, and we begin with this from Debbie, who emails in, "My son and I both enjoy them, and are always quoting Pat Novak for hire. Keep it up." And then also we have this comment. "Adam, I dig your show in a big way. I love the way you are as genuinely stoked by old-time radio as I am. I love your accent and how excited you get from time to time. Keep up the excellent work. Any chance Broadway is my beat might find its way to your show. Either way, it's your show and you're killing it daily. Thank you." From Van Groovy, BC, Canada. I will assume that that's Vancouver. But it is on the list. I've mentioned this before, but in the last week, but I hadn't mentioned it in a while. But biglist.greatdetectives.net shows all the shows we would like to do. biglist.greatdetectives.net. Broadway is my beat is particularly challenging. I've not yet planned when I'm going to fit it in. It has one of those shows that we haven't done that has the most episodes. I think that Dragnet and Boston Blackie are the shows that have more episodes that we haven't got to yet. Johnny Dollar, there's more episodes available. Sherlock Holmes. And both of those were in the middle of coming to the end of the Sherlock Holmes podcast. But it's going to take a while on that one just to find that space for about 160 plus weeks. So, thanks for the comment and thanks for listening over in Vancouver. That'll actually do it for today. We will be back tomorrow with yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Well, our listener support campaign continues. And just today and tomorrow left, and I'm making a last-minute addition to the lineup of available thank you gifts. Now, as we do throughout the year, all donations of $7 or more receive access to our premium site. But during the listener support campaign, at the $20 level, you'll receive a digital copy of All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo and one additional thank you gift. Well, the additional thank you gift I've added on is the audiobook copy of All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo, and that one is available at the $50 level. I know that a lot of folks don't have ebook readers and wouldn't have a way to really comfortably read one. So the audiobook's a great option if you'd like to hear that, and that is available as a thank you at the $50 level. Of course, we've also received a lot of listener requests for modern radio dramas. And we have a couple of great American radio drama producers that will send you some of their productions at various levels. At the $20 level, we'll send you one of several colonial radio theater dramas. And listeners have requested quite a few. We've had requests for the Perry Mason radio dramas, a Wizard of Oz radio dramas, as well as Zorro and the Pirate Raiders. And your choice of those titles is available at the $20 level. At the $100 level, we have something very special, The History of Harry Nile. Harry Nile is a detective series produced in Seattle in the modern era. The first set was produced in the 1970s. However, producer Jim French really captured the spirit of 1940s and 1950s. So it sounds very much like a golden age production. And we'll send you The History of Harry Niles, Set 1, starring the late Phil Harper, for a donation of $100 or more. And I like doing these particular premiums and thank you gifts because not only do we continue to bring you the great detectives of old-time radio, when we choose these other thank you gifts of modern radio dramas that are being produced in the United States, we continue to preserve and to continue the art of audio drama. Details of all available options at support.greatdetectives.net. Or we got a little long-winded on the intro. But here now is the Jeanne Maxwell matter on yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
We're ready on your call to Boston. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes?
Mr. Semplin?
Yes, but I don't believe I remember you, Mr. Dollar.
Well, we've never met. Your company hired me here in Hartford to investigate the Jeanne Maxwell death.
Me?
Well, they probably will. I called you to find out the name of the officer in charge of the case, if I could.
It's, Lieutenant DeRosa.
DeRosa. Do you happen to know what their theory is, if any?
Theory? I don't think they've arrived at a definite theory.
Still a toss-up between murder and suicide, huh? Okay, Mr. Semplin, I'll be in touch.
Many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? During his 50 years of public service, he held almost every office the public could give him. He was born in Virginia in 1758, and at the age of 18, when he left college to enter the Army, his formal schooling ended. As president, his cabinet boasted the names of such distinguished Americans as John Quincy Adams and John C. Calhoun. When he was reelected in 1820, he carried every state in the Union and won every electoral vote except one, which was cast for John Quincy Adams. If you don't have his name by now, here are two more clues. During his presidency, the first public high school was started, and the first steamship crossed the Atlantic. Who was he? James Monroe, 5th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Corinthian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Jeanne Maxwell matter. Expense account item 1, 75 cents. Phone call to Boston, advising your manager there of my assignment. Item 2, $28, car rental and mileage from my Hartford apartment to police headquarters, Boston. What's the
matter, Dollar? Don't you trust me?
Oh, sure I do, Lieutenant. But these insurance people get uneasy when there's a choice between suicide and murder. Unless the murder motive is the policy.
And you don't think there's a chance of that?
Well, I wouldn't say definitely not, but the Maxwell girl made her mother her beneficiary, and her mother's an invalid in a rest home.
Did you know the mother is taken up with an old flame?
No, I didn't.
Goes to see her a couple, 3 times a week. Crazier things have happened. I'll get the file. Sit down.
Okay.
This is all we've got so far, pending coroner's inquest and autopsy report. Here's a photo of where she was found.
Huh. Shallow water. That's the bridge?
Yes, she was lying right about there. But I don't think you have to worry about suicide, Dollar. As far as I'm concerned, it wasn't.
Yeah, I'll buy that, too. I wouldn't say this bridge is a suicide type. Too low.
Yes, and there's another thing. I've been on the force for more years than I like to count, and I've run into my share of suicide. I've never known a woman to do it this way without taking off her coat.
Oh?
Usually shoes, too. I've learned that's part of a generally accepted pattern.
The Maxwell girl didn't fit the pattern.
Here's the way she looked. Coat on, belt still tied, shoes, and her purse is missing. We're dragging a stream for it.
Uh-huh. How old was she?
21.
She was a beautiful girl. How much questioning have you done, Lieutenant?
Not as much as we'll do after the inquest.
When'll that be?
Day after tomorrow. Do you want anything more here?
No, thanks, Lieutenant. I'll check with you later. I drove out to the stream where they'd found the girl's body, and there chalked up another point against her death being a suicide. The bridge from which she dropped was a good 4 miles from town. Boston had better bridges to offer within its limits. I followed the river bank and found the approximate spot from which the police photograph had been snapped. On the assumption that she'd been brought there in a car, the placement of her body in relation to the 2 lanes on the bridge made it look as if the car was going toward Boston, not away from it. 5 minutes later, I was heading the same way.
Hello?
Miss Mary O'Neill?
Yeah?
The manager suggested I come up. He told me you shared this apartment with Jeanne Maxwell.
Yeah, that's right. Who are you?
My name is Dollar. I'm from her insurance company. I'd like to talk to you about her if I could.
I suppose so, but there's nothing I can do now. This is the biggest shock I ever had. I always said there'd be trouble, but I never thought she'd do anything like this.
Maybe she didn't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, there are signs that say that maybe she didn't commit suicide.
There are?
Do you think she had any reason to?
Well, that's what I said. I never thought she would. Sit down any place.
Thanks. Did you say you expected trouble?
Yeah. I kept telling her. It was the way she went. Like she couldn't live fast enough. Like there wasn't enough time to get everything done. She's been like that ever since she got rid... her mother went into that hospital. Jeanne was all tied down taking care of her before.
Well, what could have caused trouble?
Well, I'm not saying she was wrong or anything. But there were too many men.
You mind telling me who they are?
I don't know. Only about one, Harold Corey. He's gone with her the longest. He's a big blonde truck driver.
Harold Corey?
Yeah, he drives for the Seaboard Trucking Company. Sometimes he goes way out to the West Coast. And while he was gone, Jeannie didn't stay home and catch up on her reading, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I do.
Out with a different guy almost every night. I didn't pry, but she'd never tell me who they were. You think somebody killed her, don't you?
Would you help me try to find out?
What could I do?
Well, you didn't want to pry, but I get paid to. I'd like to look at her things.
I suppose it's my duty, sort of, isn't it?
Well, in a way it is, yeah, but I can't force you to.
Oh, I know it's the thing to do. Some of her drawers are locked, but I'll show you what I can.
I started on the locked dresser drawers. They gave up and opened after a brief struggle, but contained on the whole things that might normally be locked up because of their value. Imported perfume, expensive lingerie, and some jewelry. The only thing that looked as if it might have been hidden for the sake of secrecy was under the jewel box. It was a gold house key with a heart-shaped bow.
I never saw that before. I never saw the perfume before either.
That's a few $100s worth of perfume. And the rest of this stuff. Was Jeanne used to such expensive things?
Not that I knew about. Harold Corey sure couldn't shell out that kind of money. And that heart-shaped key, that's cozy.
I'd like to keep it if I could.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. After all, it isn't mine. I might get into trouble.
No, you won't, I promise you. I want to find out where it was made if I can and who ordered it.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Sure, I wouldn't stop you from doing that, even if I could.
A phone call to the Seaboard Trucking Company gave me the information that Harold Corey was out on a run to Philadelphia, but was expected about 3 in the morning. Expense account item 3, $7. Drinks and dinner after I checked into the Bristol Hotel. Item 4, 10 cents. Phone call to Jeanne Maxwell's employer. Edward Hollis was at home and would see me.
Come into the living room, Mr. Dollar. We may as well be comfortable.
Oh, it's nice of you to see me, Mr. Hollis. I thought it would be better to do it this way rather than bother you at work.
Of course, and I appreciate it. The atmosphere at the office has been very gloomy. This is Mrs. Hollis, Mr. Dollar.
How do you do?
Quite well, thank you. I didn't know the poor girl, but it's a dreadful thing.
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
I simply don't understand. A young girl like that with everything to live for.
It may be even worse than that.
Worse? How could it be worse?
Well, it looks more and more as though her death was not a suicide.
Mr. Dollar.
I didn't mention it on the phone. The police think it was murder. So do I.
I can't believe this. Why do you think that?
You see, the police know how people commit suicide. On an average, all suicides do certain things. The Maxwell girl didn't do any of them.
Really? This is a shocker. I suppose I could be dragged into a courtroom along with everybody else who knew her. Beatrice, you run along upstairs. There's no reason for your going through this.
All right, Edward. I think I'd rather. Good night, Mr. Dollar.
Good night. I'm sorry, but couldn't be helped.
Of course it couldn't. I understand. Please don't be long, Edward.
I won't, dear. Could I fix you a drink, Mr. Dollar?
No, thanks. I'll make this as fast as possible. I don't know how much you knew about Jeanne Maxwell's private life.
Oh, I know nothing. I have a number of girls in the office. As long as they do their work well, I ask no questions. As a matter of fact, I have no right to.
Sure. From what I've gathered, she was mixed up emotionally. She hadn't had much freedom because of an invalid mother she took care of.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When the mother went into a hospital, Jeanne began to make up for lost time. She led her friends to believe that she was friendly with a lot of men. But I don't believe that.
Oh?
I think it was one man. One with enough money to buy her expensive things. Perfumes, jewelry, even a gold key.
Well, I have to admit that she was very beautiful.
You say that she worked with a number of girls at your office.
Yes, there were 11 of us.
Well, out of those 11, did she have any close friends that you know of?
Well, let's see. The Dyer girl, Grace, that is. They seem to be quite friendly. I couldn't be sure of any of the others.
Oh, would you give me all their names then? I'd like to talk to them.
Of course. Oh, perhaps it'd be better if you phoned me at the office in the morning. I could give you their addresses as well.
All right, we'll do it that way. Well, thanks very much, Mr. Hollis. I'm sorry meeting you couldn't have been more pleasant. The next morning, I had a list of 11 feminine names and the address of Harold Corey, Jeanne's truck driving friend. By 10:30, I was following up the latter.
Come back later, will you? I can't see anybody now.
I'm an investigator from Jeanne Maxwell's insurance company. I want to talk to you about her.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm sorry to bother you. My name is Dollar.
Come on in. I've been out of town. I didn't know about what happened till I got the paper this morning. It's really got me rocking.
Sure. I can understand that.
How much do you know about it? Why did she do it?
She didn't.
What do you mean by that?
It's not suicide, it's murder.
Murder?
You knew her pretty well, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty well.
Did you buy gifts for her?
Once in a while. Birthday, Christmas, times like that.
What kind of gifts?
What are you driving at?
Can't you remember?
Yeah, sure. Candy, handkerchiefs, things like that. I don't think I like your approach, mister.
Now, calm down, Mr. Corey. I'm giving you a chance to rehearse before the police get at you. When did you see her last?
Night before I left for Philadelphia.
And when was that?
2 nights ago, Tuesday. Left at 5 Wednesday morning.
She was found Wednesday morning.
I know that.
You're in a spot. Do you know that?
You're telling me people think I killed her? Me? I loved her. I wanted to marry her.
I'm sorry, friend. In this situation, that's a motive, not an alibi.
Get out of here, will you? Get out and leave me alone.
You're not helping yourself with this act. You're making it worse.
Get out.
Lieutenant DeRosa.
This is Dollar, Lieutenant. I just left a friend of the Maxwell girl. Name of Harold Corey.
Dollar, if I could have located you, I could have saved you the trouble.
What do you mean?
The death was suicide after all.
What? How come?
Autopsy report. There was a concussion from that drop from the bridge, but that wasn't the cause of death.
Now, wait a minute. Not so fast.
Cause of death was from carbon monoxide. Looks like she pulled the suicide where it would embarrass somebody, and her body was tossed from the bridge to get her out of the way. Mind if I cut in to say something, fellows? It won't take too long, since a word to the wise is sufficient. And in the English language, there is one word which is important to just about everyone in the world. That word is security. Security has several different meanings, however. Usually we think of it in connection with the protecting of our military installations and defense industries. But it means more than that. There is a security which applies to every man, woman, and child in America. The security which comes from being in good health, having a good education, and being well taken care of in case things get a little too tough to handle by oneself. This kind of security is the problem of the President's newest cabinet member, the Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare. This department ties together the work of several governmental agencies. First, there is the United States Public Health Service, which strives to make certain that the general health of the people in our country is in the best of condition. Then there is the Food and Drug Administration, which guarantees that the food we eat is pure and safe to eat. The Social Security Board, which takes care of old people, children, and the blind who need assistance, also comes under the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, as does the United States Office of Education. This office does research on the educational possibilities, changes, and opportunities, and passes on its information to the various state boards of education. As you can see, the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare is one of the most important agencies in our government, assuring us, as it does, of a normal and healthy way of life.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Sit down.
Oh, thanks.
Here's the autopsy report. Death by asphyxia caused by presence of large amounts of carbon monoxide, agent unknown. That's it, probably automobile exhaust. That's the most popular these days.
Huh. You believe this, Lieutenant?
I believe what's on the report.
And how did you say she got into the river?
I said maybe she committed suicide somewhere so that somebody would get involved. To get rid of her, she was probably dumped in the stream. What's the matter, Dollar? I thought you'd be happy with this suicide evidence.
The insurance company hired me to dig up the facts. If it was suicide, all right. But if it wasn't, they want to know that too. And I still don't think it was.
Why not?
Well, from what I've learned, she wasn't the type. She liked to be alive. And she played it hard enough to leave some motives lying around. Jealousy, for one.
That boyfriend of hers, Corey?
He's a possibility. I talked to him, and for my money, he deserves checking. And then there's, this.
What does this unlock?
I wish I could tell you. But it was undoubtedly given to her by somebody. I'd like to know who. You think you could put a couple of men on it? Find out where it was made?
All right, Dollar. I'll stick my neck out that far for you. I'm under orders, you know. I have to be assigned before I can investigate.
Sure, I understand.
But I'll take your story upstairs and see what the brass says. Let me know what else you find.
I will. Oh, do you have the address of the old flame you mentioned? The mother's friend?
Still like to settle for fraud, wouldn't you? The desk sergeant will give it to you. His name's Paul Anderson.
I'm from Jeanne Maxwell's insurance company, Mr. Anderson. Wonder if you could spare me a few minutes.
Yes, I suppose so. Come in. You're the adjuster, so soon?
No, I'm an investigator.
Oh. I didn't know she had a policy.
No, she did. $25,000 to go to her mother.
I see.
But her death has been classed as suicide, which voids the policy. The 2-year self-destruction clause is still in effect.
Now, that's a pity.
Well, why do you say that?
The least she could have done for poor Mildred.
That's her mother?
Yes, an extremely young mother. Who has almost ruined her life for that girl.
I didn't know that.
The daughter was born when Mildred was only 17, and she was left to care for the girl herself. I've helped as much as I could. I don't want you to misunderstand. There's nothing to be hidden. I suppose it is unusual. I did meet Jeanne first. But when she took me to her home and I met her mother, I realized that Jeanne was, well, no more than a cheap little opportunist. The complete opposite from her mother. As I say, I suppose it is unusual.
Oh, that doesn't make any difference. The point is that you dropped the girl in favor of her mother. Is that it?
It wasn't the gross situation you evidently wish it had been. Now, look here, this has gone far enough. You've asked me these questions for only one reason, so that you can draw your own conclusions. You think I sent Mildred to the home to get her out of the way, now don't you? Well, that is not the case. But you can think what you like, and go ask Mildred if you care to.
No, I won't bother her. You know anything about a gold key that Jeanne had?
A gold key? No, I don't know anything about a gold key. I've known very little about Jeanne at all these past months.
So many people seem to know so little about her.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, I've been wondering how you were making out.
How are you, Mary? Have the police been here yet?
No, and I'll be scared to death if they do come. I feel guilty the minute one looks at me.
Oh, that's common enough. Have you remembered anything that could help?
Not a thing, Mr. Dollar. And I hardly slept last night. It's creepy. With her room just like it was the last time she left it. I've got to either move out or get somebody else in there.
Yeah. Mary, did Jeanne ever mention Paul Anderson to you?
Anderson? No, I don't think so. Not that I can remember anyway. She was always kind of secret about things.
She did talk to you about her mother, though.
Oh, little, yeah. About her being in the hospital.
Anything about how she got there?
No. Except I got the idea Jeanne thought it was wrong how much fun she was having without her mother to worry about.
She never told you who was paying the bills?
No, who was? This Anderson guy?
Yeah. You're sure she never mentioned him?
I'm sure I'd remember if she did, because I was curious, and she never mentioned any of them.
Okay. Thanks, Mary. I checked that night with 6 of the 11 girls who had worked, lunched, and chatted with Jeanne Maxwell.
Their collective description was of a girl who listened to and enjoyed what other people said, but had little to offer herself. None of them knew anything about her private life. But the next morning, the police located a goldsmith who said he remembered making the heart-shaped key. I went out to see him and then got back to Lieutenant DeRosa.
How'd you make out with that fussy little man, Dollar?
Well, we found the day the key was ordered, and he remembered a few things, because a councilman's wife came in that same day.
What?
A customer, Carter was the name he gave, mentioned a cottage on the bay. Well, that's east. The girl's body was found northwest of here. I think she was dumped from a car coming toward Boston from out there. So I think the cottage is in that direction.
Deduction yet?
Well, if I were going to dump a body, I wouldn't carry it through town to take it to that bridge. Would you?
I'm being paid to think about another case. I couldn't sell the murder pitch upstairs, but I tried, and I'll buck for promotion if you're right and upstairs is wrong.
I don't suppose you could earn that promotion by assigning some men to cover that northwest section, huh?
Not a chance. That's county. Division of responsibility.
Yeah, and we'd all be surprised to know how many criminals take advantage of that. Expense account item 5, $35 mileage. Covering a 2.5-day canvass of real estate offices northwest of town. Object, a cottage probably rented prior to the month of June by a man possibly using the name J.E. Carter. It was a vague lead that meant morning to night legwork, but on the third afternoon it paid off.
We don't rent much up here is why I remember. Now, she was a dark-haired girl, is that right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. The Anson place out on Birch Road.
Has anybody been there in the past few days?
Not that I know about. They used to be there every 2 or 3 days, too.
How was the rent paid, cash or check?
By, a cashier's check.
Or was it regular, a definite day of the month, I mean? And you know the bank?
Yes, I do. Between the 1st and 5th of each month since May, a check on the commercial bank.
Thanks. Now, I'd like to ask one more favor. Would you take me out to the cottage?
I certainly will. It's a police affair. I'm not the one to stand in the way. Said that I personally vouch for the people I do business with. You never know, do you?
That's a profound truth in any business.
I'll certainly try to be more careful in the future. You want to go now?
I think I've seen enough. Here, let me lock it. I want to see if this key fits.
Huh? It did fit.
Yeah, it did. Hello, Mr. Hollis. May I come in?
Well, yes, of course. Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Didn't you, Mr. Hollis? You thought you'd get away with it?
What did you say?
No, there's no reason to be clever with each other. I know you killed her. You rented a cottage out beyond Mystic River. You used the name J.E. Carter.
Come into the other room. Yes, you're right. I did become infatuated with her. If you'd known her, you'd understand. I realized last week that it had to stop, and I told her. She's been with that young Corey boy. I told her even if I was single and eligible to marry her, I would advise her to hang on to him, someone her own age.
That was last Tuesday night.
Yes. She left the cottage, and I heard her drive off. Or at least I thought I did. When I went out, I learned what she had really done. She committed suicide in the car. You could hardly blame me for wanting to keep the secret.
It wasn't suicide, Mr. Hollis. You know it, and I know it.
All right, Mr. Donovan. I'll make my statement to the police.
Fine. I'll drive you down.
Thank you.
Edward.
Beatrice, go back upstairs.
No, Edward. I won't.
I insist, Beatrice.
What good would it do? After what I've done because I lost you. Why should you ask me to go upstairs while I lose you again?
I forbid you to say another word.
She had taken him away from me. because she was beautiful. And I no longer am. I was waiting in their cottage, Mr. Dollar. And when they came in, I struck her.
Is that the truth, Mrs. Hollis?
I killed her. And since there was nothing left of our lives, we carried her to the car.
What have I done? What have I done? Expense account item 6, $110. Final bill for car rental. Item 7, $85, miscellaneous. Expense account total, $265.85. Remarks. I don't know what sticklers the Massachusetts courts of law are, but Jeanne Maxwell was not killed by the wronged wife. She was unconscious but alive when Hollis put her into the car trunk. She died there by carbon monoxide. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Listening to Suspense and Private Investigator Johnny Dollar. Join us again tomorrow night at the same time as FEN presents 55 Minutes of Comedy with My Favorite Husband and the Adventures of the Great Gildersleeve. That's tomorrow night at 9:05 on the Far East Network.
Welcome back. Well, if this case sounds familiar to you, you've been listening to us for a while. John Lunn actually did this script back on March 6, 1953. However, it was with a different cast. We played that particular episode January 6th of 2012, so about 15 months ago. So it sounded very familiar, and I knew somehow I'd heard it before, and I thought it was a John Lunn episode, and I was right. All right, listener comments and feedback. Kathy writes in, on Facebook, I really like the theme music for the Bob Bailey series of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Is it available for anywhere for purchase? Unfortunately, I could not find anywhere it was available. Now, certainly, if you have an audio editing program, it's a pretty simple matter, if you know how to handle that, just to take the MP3, cut out the part with the theme you want to hear, and walk around with it, add it onto your iPod. But nobody has set up either a free download or a paid download of that particular theme. One thing that does have a very strong resemblance to the Johnny Dollar theme is the theme to the TV series Sea Hunt. I'm not going to say it's exactly the same by any measure. However, it may be worth taking a listen to see if that would fill your need or come close enough, because it is a stirring theme in its own right, the theme to Sea Hunt. Other listener comments and feedback from contributors. Josh sends in a comment. He says, I'm a private investigator, and I love listening to your Great Detective and Dragnet podcast while I'm working. And Margaret says, I remember my mother talking about listening to the radio programs when she was a girl, and I always regretted not being able to listen to them myself. Your programming lets me know what the programs were as good as she told me they were. Well, thanks so much, Margaret and Josh. I appreciate both your comments. That will actually do it for today. Listener support campaign wraps up tomorrow. You can go to support.greatdetectives.net to make a PayPal donation. You can also email me, box13@greatdetectives.net, if you'd like to mail in a donation. And you can follow the show on Twitter at Radio Detectives. And be sure and fill out our listener survey, survey.greatdetectives.net. We'll be back tomorrow with the lineup, and then join us back here next Friday for another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Well, our listener support campaign concludes today. We will accept donations towards the campaign through today. And if we get anything after the campaign that comes through the mail, and it's postmarked by today, we'll also honor that. As I've explained, all donations of $7 or more get access to our premium site, and all donations received by today of $20 or more receive an additional thank you bonus. Among the items available, Colonial Radio Theater dramas. Your choice of quite a few options, including Perry Mason, ever popular with our listeners, Father Brown, King Solomon's Mine, a great deal of others. Also, I have some of my own works available at the $20 level. You can receive a digital copy of one of my ebooks, including What Made the Golden Age Shine? My great essay taking a look at what makes Golden Age entertainment so good, even to this day, as well as my novellas, Powerhouse Flies Again and Rise of the Robo-Lawyers. At the $50 level, you can send an audiobook copy of either All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo, or Powerhouse Flies Again, which is nice for those who don't have ebook readers. And at the $100 level, we have an audiobook copy of Tales of the Dim Night. There's a lot of other options there, so you can check it out, support.greatdetectives.net. And also, not related to the listener support campaign, we have a couple articles up at greatdetectives.net this weekend. On Saturday, I have a review of the telefilm Murder on the Links. And then on Sunday, we continue our countdown of radio's most essential people, looking at those who truly made Golden Age of radio great, and we continue our countdown with number 9. All right, well, here now is the first 1951 episode of the lineup, The Case of Frankie and Joyce.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take you now behind the scenes of a police headquarters in a great American city, where under the cold, glaring lights will pass before us the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. This is The Lineup.
I hope this won't take long, Lieutenant. I've got to get back to my milk wagon.
It won't take
My
long,
horse.
Mr. Mayo. Now, let's sit here.
Golly, just think. If I hadn't been delivering milk, I wouldn't have seen this fella run out of the alley.
Just so you can identify him.
Oh, I can do that. I'd know him any place. Why, the way he scared Olga.
Olga?
My horse. This dead girl, Lieutenant, all dressed up like she'd been dancing somewhere. Had she been dancing somewhere, Lieutenant?
That's something we have to find out.
Dancing. Then a few hours later... you never
May
know,
I
do
have
you,
your
Lieutenant?
attention, please?
No, I guess you never do.
Dancing.
You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb, Sergeant Matt Greb. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off a number, their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of each line, when I ask for questions or identifications, call out the number. If you're sure or not too sure of the suspect, have him held. The officers who took your name will assist you. They're seated among you. Please be prompt with your questions or identifications.
I'll be prompt, all right. The way this fella scared
Yeah, sure, Mr. Mayo,
to the
sure.
bathroom and dress back into their jail clothes. It makes it quite difficult to bring them back after they leave here. The questions I ask these suspects are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers as they often lie. Bring on the line. All right, boys, all right, this way. Move along. You, the first boy. Yes, you. Pick up your feet. Walk to the end of the stage and take your place. The rest of you follow. Now turn and face front, hands to your side. Look toward the people out there. They want to see you. Number 1, Phil Rosiger, vagrancy. Where do you live, Phil?
Near the arena. I like the wrestling matches.
Where were you arrested?
In a wrestler's dressing room. I like to help the wrestlers.
What do you do for a living, Phil?
I'm between engagements, Sergeant.
Number 2, Molly Deegan, burglary. Where do you live, Molly?
Baker Street.
Where on Baker Street?
Number 3.
What were you doing when you were arrested?
Gone home.
The arresting officer found you crawling through a window on Vista Drive.
What's foggy? I must have lost my way.
Number 3, Ozzie Duvall. Open charge. Where do you live, Ozzie?
I didn't do no murder, honest.
Where do you live?
Haven't I been doing all right? You had no trouble for me for 6 months now. Haven't I been doing all right?
Him. The one with the mean eyes. Number 3.
You're sure, Mr. Mayhaw?
His eyes. No wonder he's scared, Olga.
Any questions or identification?
Sergeant Graham.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Number 3, hold for interrogation.
Seems like yesterday, Lieutenant, you sitting there swiveling in your chair, me sitting here shaking and sweating.
You don't have to shake, Ozzie. Just tell me about it.
This time is serious, huh, Lieutenant?
Yeah, Ozzie? Serious. Because a girl named Joyce Ronson was killed. Because you were seen at 5 this morning running out of the alley where she was found.
Well, you'd run too, Lieutenant.
What were you doing in the alley?
I told the
Well,
cop...
tell me.
Well, sure, I'll tell you. It's where I'm sitting here and you're swiveling back and forth in your chair. It don't do no good to lie, I know that.
Now, tell me.
Sure. Well, it's early morning, maybe 5 o'clock. I'm walking along going home, you know. I passed this alley. I happened to look into it.
What happened?
Please, Lieutenant, you asked me to tell you. Well, I look into this alley and I see the dame, with fancy clothes stretched out. I'm curious. I go closer. When I see what I see, I don't have to go closer. I run.
What did you see, Ozzie?
Somebody plugged her in the head. Bad, very bad.
You knew she was dead. Why didn't you call the police?
Was it my record? You kidding, Lieutenant?
Ben.
Yeah, come in, man.
We got the medical on Joyce Ronson, Ben. Time of death established.
Uh-huh, when?
2 a.m., a little this way or that, but 2 a.m. Oh, what's so funny?
You'll have to excuse me for laughing, but I'm happy.
A murder charge and you're happy?
Sure, I'm happy. Because from 1 this morning till 3, I was in an all-night Turkish bath. Hillman's. You'll check, huh?
Take him to the door, Matt. Turn him over to Flaherty.
Sure,
You'll
Ben.
check, won't you?
Come on, Ozzie, come on.
I'll find out a big fat guy.
All yours, Flaherty. Well, it looks like we go to work, Ben.
You have something to work on?
Naturally. Namely, the contents of Joyce Ronson's evening bag.
Namely what?
All the usual contents of a lady's evening bag. Vanity, lipstick, driver's license, miscellaneous matters, the usual.
Anything unusual?
Well, maybe. A dance program. Now, don't look at me that way, Ben. It's one of those cards girls fill out at a dance so they'll know who's got which dance.
I know what a dance program is, Matt.
Well, sure, Matt, sure. But, look, let me read it to you. Last night's dates on the top, the class of 1934, McKinley High School, 15th annual reunion dance.
Reunion dance, huh? Anything else?
Yeah. From the look of the program, Joyce danced with only 2 people, Frankie Moore and Vince Bishop.
Give me that program, man.
Are you going somewhere, Ben?
Yeah, I'm going to see how Frankie Moore and Vince Bishop enjoyed the dance last night.
Yes?
I'm looking for Frankie Moore.
Oh, he's not in. I'm Mrs. Fisher, Frankie's landlady. You can give me the message.
He'll be back soon?
Mister, I'm like a mother to my boys. But I'm a good mother. I don't ask them where they're going or when they're coming back. Are you here about the wedding?
Wedding?
Yeah, Frankie's wedding. He was getting married this week. He told me, just like he'd tell his mother. He and Joyce were announcing it at the dance last night.
Joyce Ronson?
Oh, you know her name, so you must be here about the wedding. I'm afraid you're too late.
I'm from the police, Lieutenant Guthrie.
Oh, then it's the murder that brings you here. I read about it in the papers.
Have you seen Frankie this morning?
I wish I had. Poor boy. He'll need comforting. A mother's comfort. Somebody to... Oh, no, sir, I haven't seen Frankie.
When he comes in, tell him to get in touch with me, please.
Of course, Mr. Guthrie. Of course I tell him. Yeah, just as soon as I had a nice motherly chat with him.
Yeah? What is it, Frankie?
Sergeant Greb left a message for you.
Message?
Yeah, Lieutenant. He said you didn't have to look for Vince Bishop because he was just picked up for robbery.
Where's Sergeant Greb now?
Oh, same place he always is this time of day, Lieutenant. The lineup.
The officer who arrested you said you were loitering, Pete.
What's loitering?
Standing around the same corner all night, looking suspicious.
Oh, that. Yeah, I guess I was loitering.
Number 5, Vince Bishop. Suspicion of robbery. Where do you live, Vince?
Look, this is crazy. I don't know any
Question, Vince. Where do you live?
2420 Johnson Lane.
What do you do for a living?
I run a diner.
That's the man who robbed me. Hey, you! Give me back my watch. In my wallet. You stole him. You get it.
All right, take it easy, Mr. Ryan. Sergeant Greb?
Yes, sir.
Number 5, hold for interrogation.
You're making a mistake, Lieutenant Guthrie, a big mistake.
Vince, what time was it when you held up Mr. Ryan last night?
I didn't hold him up, him or anybody else. Look, I run a
Mr.
diner.
Ryan says it was around 1:30. He says he knows because he was looking at his watch when you asked him for it.
He's lying. Wait till my wife gets here. She'll prove he's lying.
We've sent for your wife. She's going to say you were with her?
She will. She will because I was.
Well, tell me about it.
Okay. It'll make you feel like a policeman to make me answer questions, so I'll answer. Until my wife gets here. Then we'll just be citizens together. Ask away.
How well did you know Joyce Ronson?
What's that got to... Oh. I see. I read about Joyce. You've done some checking. You're looking for a pigeon. Huh? Isn't that the way it is, Lieutenant? A nice, fat pigeon?
How well did you know her?
How well as well. I went to school with Joyce. Saw her now and then in the street. Danced with her at reunion dances.
Like last night?
Like last night. Just before Frankie Moore announced he and Joyce were going to play wedding tunes together. Funny thing.
What?
Joyce. She didn't seem like a girl about to hear a wedding. She was scared. I wondered what it was. Oh, no. I'm scared.
Scared of you, maybe, Vince?
Blind alley, Lieutenant. You're trying to make me say I killed Joyce Ronson. I didn't.
No. Because just before Joyce was killed, you were on the other side of town filling your pockets with Mr. Ryan's belongings.
That's what happens. You get friendly with a cop, give him information. That's what happens.
Yeah?
Mrs. Bishop.
We send her in.
Now you'll see, Lieutenant.
Vince, why are you here? What's this all about?
Look, honey, tell
Wait a minute, Vince. Mrs. Bishop, I sent for you because I have to ask you a few questions.
Certainly. But I don't understand
Last night, you went to a reunion dance. Your husband was with you, wasn't he?
Of course, we always go everywhere together.
You hear that, Lieutenant? We go everywhere.
I'll do the talking, Vince. After the dance, Mrs. Bishop, what time was it when your husband left you?
Left me?
That's right. Went out for a walk or maybe a glass of beer. Left the house.
Lieutenant, you think Vince did something last night. Something against the law.
I'm not saying he did, Mrs. Bishop, but he might have.
Well, he didn't. And you know why? Because he was with me the whole night. The whole night, Lieutenant.
Ben.
Uh-huh.
You've been sitting there a long time, Ben. Just sitting.
Uh-huh.
Frankie Moore, he'll call, Ben. I know what you're thinking, that maybe he won't call. That maybe Frankie killed Joyce Ronson and is now putting space between us and him.
Oh, I don't know, man.
You want us to go looking for Frankie?
No, not yet. We'll wait a few minutes more.
Well, if you say so, but
Lieutenant Guthrie. Yeah? Oh, yes, Miss Fisher. Yeah, right away. Now, let's go, Matt. That was his landlady. Frankie Moore just came in.
Drunk, my Frankie. So drunk he could hardly stand up. Oh, it's enough to make me lose my motherly feelings.
Now, don't take it too hard, Mrs. Fisher. Something every mother goes through.
I tried to make him call you, but he... A shot!
Come on, Matt. The window, Matt. The shot came from there.
Too late, Ben. I didn't even see the car. It got around the corner.
Frankie, he's pretty bad, huh?
Yeah.
Frankie. Frankie.
Frankie's dead, Mrs. Fisher.
It's your listening post to the world. CBS new program, Hear It Now, featuring Edward R. Murrow, Friday evenings on most of these same stations. The top international news and all the fields of interest are covered in this fascinating hour program. Be listening every Friday for Hear It Now, your listening post to the world.
Mrs. Fisher.
Like a son he was. Such a nice boy.
Please, Mrs. Fisher.
Matt.
Sure, Ben, sure.
Mrs. Fisher, I just want to tell you, Sergeant Greb and I... Well, it hurts us that we were too late to save Frankie's life.
Yeah, I know that, Lieutenant Guthrie. I know that.
And now we'll need your help.
My help? I can't help Frankie now. It seems like just yesterday I took Frankie down to the corner drugstore for a hot fudge sundae.
Frankie was fond of hot fudge sundaes?
Oh, no. Only when his daughter was here.
His daughter?
Yeah, that's right, Lieutenant. Frankie didn't talk much about her. Poor little thing, always dressed in that ugly uniform.
Oh, what kind of uniform?
Oh, I'm sure I wouldn't know, Lieutenant. I never pried into Frankie's affairs. But I tell you, that long-nosed drugstore clerk, he would know. He knows everything.
Matt, go buy yourself a hot fudge sundae. I'll meet you back at headquarters.
I stopped off to get you some coffee, Ben.
Yeah, what did you get, Matt?
Coffee?
Frankie Moore, what did you get?
Oh, 3 items on Frankie Moore.
Well, all right, Matt, let's have it.
Well, first, on my way upstairs, ballistics handed me a report. Frankie Moore was shot by the same gun which killed Joyce Ronson.
What else?
Mrs. Fisher was right about Frankie's daughter. The drugstore clerk remembered her and knew all about the uniform. Said it was the kind the kids wear at St. Joseph's Children's Home.
You went there?
Ben. The headmistress at the children's home told me all about the child, but was unable to produce her even when I insisted.
Well, get off it, Matt. What else?
Because the child had been picked up this morning by the mother, identified only as Mrs. Frankie Moore, and accompanied by an old dancing teacher from McKinley High School named Ella Barnes.
That's all, Matt?
Well, that's all, except that Miss Ella Barnes could not be located. But she's due at McKinley for her dancing class at 4 o'clock, which is in about 15 minutes. Hey, Ben. Your coffee, Ben?
Guthrie, you say, and you're a policeman. Well, what brings you to my dancing class, Mr. Guthrie? Speak up.
I'd like to ask you some questions, Miss Barnes, about Mrs. Frankie Moore.
Pardon me, Mr. Guthrie. Elsie, you may start the record. You may call me Miss Ella. Everybody does. You look familiar, Mr. Guthrie. Did I ever teach you dancing?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, you needn't blush. Dancing is a very masculine exercise. Look at Nijinsky.
Miss Ella, if you don't mind.
Mrs. Frankie Moore, you say? Excuse me, Mr. Guthrie. Limber, Elsie, limber. The left leg. That's Right, dear. I'm sorry, Mr. Guthrie. I'm an old woman. I sometimes forget. What is it you were asking?
Mrs. Frankie Moore, you were with her this morning when you went to pick up the child.
Is it important for you to know, Mr. Guthrie?
It's important.
He sent you to get the child, didn't he? Well, you won't get her, Mr. Guthrie, even if you are from the police.
I don't want the child, Miss Ella.
What do you want, then? Speak up.
Information about Frankie Moore's wife.
Ex-wife, Mr. Guthrie. Divorced over 10 years ago. I told Alice when she married him it would be that way. Caroline! Caroline, the hips, my dear. A part of the body. There, that's better. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Guthrie. I can't give you any more information.
Miss Ella, I don't like to insist,
Then why do you? Go to Frankie Moore. Ask him what you want to know.
I wish I could. Frankie Moore's dead.
Dead?
Murdered.
Come with me, Mr. Guthrie. Elsie, take over for a few minutes, my dear. It won't be long. Right here, Mr. Guthrie, my office. Sit down.
Thank you.
Frankie Moore. Murdered, you say?
Shot, Miss Ella, by the same person who killed Joyce Ronson.
Joyce? No. I'm a fool. An old fool. One thinks of pupils as children to be protected. They grow up, Mr. Guthrie. One forgets that. Adults with adult emotion. I'll tell you what you want to know. Where shall I start?
Try this morning, when you were with Alice Moore.
She came to see me, woke me up.
Were you expecting her?
I haven't seen Alice since Frankie divorced her. I thought she disliked me because I tried to keep her from eloping with Frankie. When she rang my bell this morning, I was surprised. And flattered, I suppose.
She asked you to go with her and get the child?
Yes. She was afraid. Wanted me to keep the child, so Frankie...
Please go on, Miss Ella.
That's all. The child is at my apartment, sleeping until this evening.
This evening?
Yes. I'm to meet her at the station. She said she was going to take the child away, where Frankie can't bother her.
What time is she leaving?
7:30. Don't suppose Alice will be meeting me now, will she, Mr. Guthrie? Because you'll be asking her questions.
We'll have to find her first. I don't know Alice Moore.
No, you wouldn't, would you? Maybe I can help you, Mr. Guthrie. Draw. So many relics. So many years. Memories of an old woman.
Miss Ella.
Oh, yes. Last picture of 1934. Look at their faces, Mr. Guthrie. Sure, sweet.
Alice Moore, which one is she?
Here. Fourth from the left. You know her, Mr. Guthrie. I can see by your face that you know her.
Yes, I know her.
I'm glad I could help you. Now, please go. Before I'm sorry I helped you. Goodbye, Mr. Guthrie.
As I could.
Now we've got time, man. Where's your car?
Around the corner, like you said. What's up?
Is that Vince Bishop's diner over there?
Yeah, the one with the green light.
Uh-huh.
You didn't answer my question, Ben. Do you think Vince Bishop's wife killed Joyce and Frankie?
I don't know yet. I think so.
It's a long shot, Ben. You know that, don't you? Just because Alice Bishop was once Alice Moore. If we're wrong, it could mean trouble.
Yeah, we'll take that chance.
Ben, before we go in there... Why don't we just pick up Alice Bishop, take her to headquarters where we can talk to her quiet like... Why not, huh?
Because this is the way I want it. Come on, let's go.
Just a minute, Ben. Aren't you forgetting something?
What?
Vince used his wife as an alibi to clear him on that robbery charge. That means they were together.
That's why I want them together now. Come on.
It's locked.
I can hear them moving around. Knock on the door.
We're closed. There's a sign on the door says closed. Oh. What do you want?
We want to come in, Vince.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. We're busy with
The
inventory.
lieutenant said we want to come in, Vince.
The lieutenant didn't say it quite that way. Come in.
Your wife here, Vince?
Yeah, she's here. What do you want to know?
Call her.
She's busy.
I said call her.
All right, if that's the way you want it. Alice! Alice, honey, come in here a minute, will you?
Vince, you know I'm trying to get this stuff. Oh. You didn't tell me.
Now, don't be frightened, Mrs. Bishop. We just want to talk to you for a few minutes. You and Vince.
I see.
All right, Lieutenant. What do you want to talk to us about?
Murder. Why did you kill Joyce Ronson?
Are you crazy? I told you.
You told me this morning you didn't rob Mr. Ryan. That's right, isn't it? You didn't rob him?
Of course I didn't.
Think about it, Vince. For robbery, you'd get a year, maybe 2. Murder's a different thing.
I didn't rob him.
You heard what Vince said, Matt? He didn't rob Mr. Ryan.
I heard him. Well, you better come along with us, Vince. We're charging you with the murder of Joyce Ronson.
You're crazy. I was with my wife last night, like she said. Go on, tell him again, honey.
Sure, I'll tell him. Vince was with me all last night. And if you arrest him, we're going to sue the city for every dollar it's got. You understand, Mr. Guthrie?
You ready to go, Vince?
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, I'll go ahead with him, Vince. Let him arrest you. They can't prove a thing. I'll get a lawyer, a good lawyer, Vince.
When will you get a lawyer, Mrs. Bishop? Doesn't your train leave in an hour?
What did you...
Where were you going somewhere, Mrs. Bishop?
This is ridiculous. I don't know what you're talking about.
You better hurry, Mrs. Bishop. You don't want to keep Miss Ella and your daughter waiting, do you?
What? What's this all about?
Oh, it's nothing, Vince. Don't believe him.
What's it all about?
Well, I meant to tell you I'm taking a kid on a little trip.
You meant to tell me? When? When, Alice? You were going to run out on me, weren't you? Weren't you?
Vince,
Don't bother, Alice. All right, Lieutenant. I got something to tell you. I did rob Ryan at 1:30 this morning. That's where I was. Now, honey, maybe you'll tell Lieutenant Guthrie where you were this morning?
Your husband asked you a question, Mrs. Bishop.
I'll tell your husband where you were, Alice. You were killing Joyce Ronson.
I won't listen to this.
And today, Alice, today you shot Frankie. Why?
Vince, are you going to stand there?
You're still in love with him, aren't you? Everything I did was for you. Everything.
What did you ever do for me?
Steal like a common thief because the diner didn't make enough money for you. Out on the streets night after night and scared sick for you, Alice.
Did you really think that would help, Vince?
For you. And all the time you're in love with that cheap, no
You
good...
call him cheap. I hate you.
Get out of here. I don't want to look at you.
Listen to me, Vince. Listen to me say it. I love Frankie. I always loved him. Yeah, even when he didn't want me.
So you killed Joyce because she was going to marry Frankie. Is that it, Alice?
I couldn't stand it. Her with Frankie. Being with him all the time.
You killed Frankie, too, didn't you?
He didn't want me. I begged him to come away, but he didn't want me. I came back to his room and killed him. I killed him!
Matt, get the coats. Here, Ben.
I want him back! I want Frankie back!
The lineup, where before you pass the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. Listen again next week when we again bring you the lineup.
May I have your attention, please? You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb, Sergeant Matt Greb. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off a number, their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of his time,
The lineup, starring Bill Johnstone as Lieutenant Ben Guthrie and Wally Mayer as Sergeant Matt Grebb, was written by Charles E. Israel with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Howard McNear, Joe Duvall, Wilms Herbert, John McIntyre, Jeanette Nolan, Tony Barrett, and Virginia Gregg. The lineup is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. Mark it down. This Sunday, January 7th, the day Charlie Wilde checks in at CBS, the Star's Address. You'll enjoy the adventures of Charlie Wilde, a private eye with a whole set of fascinating, unorthodox methods for dealing with men on the shady side of the law. Charlie Wilde, Private Eye, will be heard on most of these same CBS stations every Sunday, starting this Sunday, January 7th. Dan Cubberly speaking. This is CBS, where you find songs for sale every Friday night, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, we saw, I've mentioned before that the lineup can best be viewed as a kind of imitation or attempt to compete with Dragnet, and here you saw it with the with the whole talking to the person while they work. In this case, while giving a dance lesson. I almost wonder if this could ever reach the point of parody, where a police officer comes up and says, I have to ask you a few questions. Oh, sure, I'm working today. I'm going up skydiving. Would you mind, oh, sure, not at all. I'll grab a chute. Just professionally go about asking the questions. All right, well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. Tammy says, thank you for all you do, Adam. It makes my day at work just fly by. And then we have a couple comments on Podcast Alley. We have Adam does a great job, and I love these old radio shows. And another listener writes, thank you for all that you do, Adam. Well, thank you so much for your comments, and I appreciate once again everyone's support during the listener support campaign. And that will actually do it for today. We will be back on Monday with the adventures of Frank Race, and then join us on Tuesday as we investigate the cases of Mr. Ace. In the meanwhile, send your comments to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. And follow us on Twitter, Radio Detectives, and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. But from Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.